and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game. I am Ray. I am your humble host for this, and I will be the purveyor of all the trauma that these wonderful people you see here with me will be experiencing the course of this episode. What episode is this, you might say? Well, this is an episode of Kingdoms of Mist. Kingdoms of Mist is our D&D 5e homebrew campaign. I love Treasure Planet. I wanted to have something like Treasure Planet, and so I decided to write something up because what's his name? Help me out. New world that's coming out.
Spelljammer.
Spelljammer.
Oh, Jammer,
Yeah,
yeah.
Spelljammer hadn't come out yet, so I just did this. And so we are playing a, I guess you Spelljammer esque of D&D 5e, and we are going to be playing this in. My goodness. We're going to be playing this in a world that I created, which is sort of based on concept Star Trek. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and check in with people who are going to help out with higher fiat. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, how?
Good. Better.
Good.
We got some we got some goods, and we
Yeah.
got a better. So right now we've set the bar really low, ladies, and we will attempt to raise. But before we attempt anything with the bars, let's go ahead and start finding out who everyone is going to be playing for this evening. Right after I fix what broke. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, we'll go round the bend and start out with amazing, incomparable, the always prepared Sphinx Akasha.
Hey, that's me.
It was going to be somebody. So, Sphinx, how are you doing?
I am okay. It has been a long day. Today is my kid's last day of school, so we did a little bit of celebrating in between work and that whole thing. She's officially moving on to the 7th grade in the fall.
Yay.
I'm feeling both proud and old. It's a great time. But other than that, yeah, doing great. Doing fantastic.
And who are you going to be playing tonight?
Tonight I will be playing the illustrious Valestein O'Call, a Kalishtar bard / sorcerer, who's recently come to grips with the other entity that has taken residence inside of him, that apparently has always been in residence inside of him, and has been reunited with his first love. And it did not go at all the way he had hoped it would.
I mean, it didn't go horribly now.
It didn't go horribly, but, there was some heartbreak there.
I mean, the fact that, they were possibly in love with someone else.
Yeah, and
that's bad.
She didn't tell him.
Well, you guys stopped exchanging letters for a number of years.
That wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't. But I mean, roll parts.
It's nice to be able to see the signs, though. There were no signs. It just
thanks for subbing, Ixie. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Here I am complaining about that. It's the backstory that I wrote for him. So
I know, I know. Well, I put in the.
Yes, you put in all the heartbreak.
You just gave me a lost. You just gave me a lost love to play with, and I decided to stab you through the heart with it.
You did.
I'm good at stabbing people through the heart.
You are. And it is. And to be fair, it is my turn.
It is. Everyone else is getting stabbed, and poor Milagros. Milagros is so done with me that she just quit.
Milagros was fired like I was fired on Saturday.
Yes. Yeah, you were absolutely fired twice, I think. But from a stream I have absolutely no authority on, so there you go.
I mean, I did make a really great bad joke.
No, you didn't. Moving on. So we're going to be looking into whole situation with lost love as soon as we find out whether or not the city's gonna fall down.
There's that. Yeah.
It's fine.
And
We
if you
bring
guys-
chaos wherever we
This is
go.
fine.
Well, yes, it's kind of one of the things that happen. So speaking of chaos, let's move around the bend a little bit and say hi to Rob.
Hey,
How are you doing, Rob?
actually feeling pretty okay.
Good. That's wonderful. I am
Snip.
always happy to hear. Yes. Stop arguing with me.
Thank you, Ray.
No problem. And Rob, who are you going to be playing this evening?
I'm gonna be playing Aeom. Aeom is, as far as I know, still very drunk. I don't think I succeeded on any Constitution saves, so I think I got a negative. I got a 1 on my last one, so it's not going too good.
Double
Or
check
it's
the
going really well.
Or
Depends
it's going
on how
great.
you want to look at it.
True. But yeah, no, I'm actually like super excited to see where this goes. I really like playing drunk characters.
Hey, you managed to heal
No.
people.
That's true. I
You
I
gotta
like
slap
grabbed
some.
I grabbed Drake's face and was like smushing it to heal him. It's quite fun.
Just like, you feel better, yeah?
You're feeling
Hey.
great, buddy. I
Hey,
know
Crip
it.
Walker.
You're great.
Yeah, good job.
Your
I'm
your
doing
cheeks
fine.
are way too squishy. Have some hit points.
Exactly.
Wrong
Are
cheeks!
you eating
Wrong
enough?
cheeks! I'm kidding.
There's no such thing as wrong cheek.
Just some booty slaps to make you feel better. Good game, bro. game.
Get back out
Way to
there.
go,
Walk
champ.
it off.
Turns
Walk it
around,
off.
just
Walk it
Get
off,
in there,
champ.
champ.
Get out of there, buddy. Go on now.
Oh my god, I feel like I want to do this as my cleric now.
Speaking of doing things as a cleric, hi Cassie.
Hi.
How are you?
Phrasing.
I'm
Well, I said
alright,
doing
I'm
thing
alright.
as, not to. Oh my gosh.
Same
type of-
Oh
difference.
gosh, no. My clerics are on opposite ends of the spectrum. That's totally fine. You want to know who's more neutral? The fucking druids.
Yes, they are. So there's no such thing as wrong cheeks. Okay,
Love it,
so
I love it.
we can add that one in. So Cassie, who are you going to be playing?
So speaking of druids, tonight I'm playing Calvatea Chisara, or Callie. She's hanging out on the side of a tree in
Yeah,
a spider web.
pretty much. That's exactly what she's doing. Oh, didn't we get the barge down to you at the end of last game?
Did we? I'm not sure if the ship had
No,
made it.
they were gonna be going there.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
got
'cause
it.
But
we were
we
still
interrupted
figuring out.
for some firepower.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out who was going where for what ship because Drake got a hard on for the big boat.
Yes, Drake.
I
Drake-
like big boats.
Drake
for
saw
crying out
big,
loud.
a big unmanned now pirate ship. Was like, ooh,
Oh, wow.
Mine.
Well, it's not unmanned.
I
There's
think it now.
there's
No.
devils on it now.
for now.
They could be undead devils.
Undevils?
Undevils.
Undead devils.
Devils,
Undevils.
undevils. Exact opposite of
Undevils.
devils. Undevils.
If they're
Undevils.
undead, someone heal them all and kill them.
Oh no, we're not paying second editions. Fortunately, that won't work.
I do love that mechanic though. I
Yeah.
think that's cool.
Mhm.
It's a
healing the
fantastic
undead
mechanic.
kills them. But now, since we're talking about killing things, hi Liz.
Oh, hi.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing much better. I started out yesterday, I think said with like a singular 1/8 teaspoon, and I'm up to maybe about 2 tablespoons.
Yay!
Was it the other day
Better,
that
though.
someone said that you were saying you had sporks, and I said, well, you can still stab people with them.
No, I did not
That
have
works.
sporks. I had the singular 1/8 of a teaspoon, just one very little tiny pinch, and I had a lot to do, so it was great.
I carry the sporks. I don't carry spoons anymore. They're all just sporks and also grapefruit
Oh.
spoons.
Grapefruit
Jagged
spoons are
edges.
also very handy.
It's a
I
bladed
do like the days
spoon,
where I
ladies
have
and gentlemen.
those.
Yeah.
It's just basically a shovel, a very small shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Liz, who are you playing
There's a
tonight?
theme.
I am playing the shifter zealot barbarian Lex, who is about to go do some dumb shit with her new friend Drake.
I know you two bonded way too early and about being way too dumb.
There's the opportunity. Lex was given the opportunity to get in a ship and splatter a demon, and they're like, yes.
Yes, I'll take that opportunity today, tomorrow, any day of the week.
Literally.
And finally, speaking of bad choices. Hi, Sam.
Hey,
Sam, have you stopped any ships mid-flight by jumping in front of them lately?
only the one.
You
Only
didn't
the
stop
one,
it either, by the
thankfully.
way.
No, I didn't need to. I wasn't aiming to stop the ship. I was aiming to stop the pilot.
And he did stop.
He
Boy, did he
stopped.
Well,
ever.
I mean, part of them stopped.
Yeah, most of
No,
them
no,
stopped.
that's the
A
other guy.
part of
That
one.
was,
Part one a
that
little
was
bit.
the other guy in the back seat.
Yeah.
Don't worry, don't worry. The other guy got a buy one get half off special.
Oh, yes, he did.
Ooh.
He was basically trying to do exactly what you did, Sam. He was trying to bail out, but he just couldn't get out of the seat fast enough. So he kind of like hit the side of the building as the ship went into it.
I mean, when they say to get a smash hit, you gotta jump sometimes. It's not what they meant.
I was always told keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
Now we know why.
Now we do know why.
In this case, maybe not if you want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Tell that to
certain
him.
rules that we live by, and that's just not one of them. So,
Mm-mm.
Today.
Today I learned.
Gonna learn today.
today in
He
baseball.
did.
The more you know.
All right,
G.I.
so-
Joe.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's
The
what
other
it is.
half,
Ah.
right.
Everything good?
Thanks, Duke. Now I know. Knowing is half the battle. G.I.
G.I. Joe.
Okay, never mind. I was trying to see where the music was coming because it sounded like it was coming from my speakers and not my headset. So, but no, it's there. All right, so
Nice.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, remember, when you follow us here on Dinner and a Game, we try to do our best to incentivize joining us every single week. And in order to do that, we have some things called the giveaway. So first off, let's take a look at some of the things we're going to be giving away. Right now, if you go look in chat, you will see our link tree. And the reason we're putting that up is because in our link tree, we have all our socials, which you're going to need because if you go follow us over on TikTok, you will be eligible to win this 3D printed Wizard's Tower. Now, this is a 4-story tall, 11-inch tall, 9-inch wide 3D printed building. It comes with everything you need to put it together. It breaks down. Each floor comes off individually, so you can move your minis around on each floor. And it breaks down even further to where each floor breaks down to individual pieces, and you can put the whole thing in a high-top shoebox to store it. It is going to come unpainted, so you will have to be able to paint it. But we will be sending this out when we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, and we're at 958, I think.
Ooh.
If I was smart and I left TikTok up, I did not.
Dang it, Ray!
I am not the smart. I have
You
never
want-
been this smart.
I can look this up real quick.
Sweet tea special.
I got it.
I'm
Sweet
on
tea
it.
special.
Dinner and a
958. Wow, we got farther than I thought we did. We got a bunch. I've been actually trying to put up
That's what
regular
she said.
content, and guess what? If you put up regular content, people start following you. It's weird.
It's true.
Yep, that's why I'm losing
In a
followers.
shocking twist.
Shocking twist. So yes, I'm putting
In today's news, we've learned.
Dun, dun, dun. So this is going to come unpainted. It's either going to be in a blue plastic or a black plastic, depending on which one they've done. And we'll be giving that when we hit 1,000 followers. Last month, that was actually the reward for our next contest, and that is something we call the Mini of the Month. Now, every single show, about for random periods, 20 minutes in the show, we give out the chance to win a Mini. Now, that Mini is basically chosen by our lovely folks in chat, although this one I chose because it's the first one I wanted to use it myself. And we choose this in the Discord, so I put some up to vote on. But this time I went ahead and chose it because I wanted to have it available to do the one I wanted. And I wanted one that I could make sure I could print on my smaller printer because some of the minis that we're giving away are so huge, I can only do them on my big resin printer, and it's dead. So, and I'm going to have to start doing some of those bigger minis that I still owe people on the FDM printer. I don't know when that printer is going to get back up. It may be dead. But all that aside, dead. But all that aside, we are giving away a mini, which is from a company called Archvillain Games. They only make 3D printed mini files. So the only way you can get this is by either having a 3D printer, buying the file set and downloading the file, or you can go on and have someone else you know print it out for you. We are that someone you know. And as a giveaway, we're going to do raffle tickets every single game. With the raffle tickets, what ends up happening is you guys will be given a chance for 20 minutes, type in a keyword into chat. When you type that keyword into chat, you will get raffle tickets based on how you follow us. If you're just a follower, you get 1 ticket per entry, and you can enter every single show. If you're a subscriber, you get 2 tickets per entry. Okay, so it's it's a little incentive to help us to help survivors get a little bit of a better chance, but we still give everyone a chance to win. The more shows you watch will actually give you the higher chance to win than anything else. So this mini we're giving away is up on the screen right now. I'm have to resize it. But this is the mini we're giving away. This is called fucking huge. The mini is fucking huge. That's
You
actually
said it's fucking
It's a bigature.
it's a bigature. Oh my god. This
Sorry, I've
is
watched way too
Oh
much
my.
Lord of the Rings behind the scene content.
you have hell,
Just a little.
maybe just a little.
Whoopee
This is
caca.
called the Dread Wing. It's from the Bloodright Red Rain collection, and this is basically an undead knight on an undead dragon. Now the base of this mini is 75 millimeters across, which is roughly 7.5 centimeters. Roughly about 5.5 inches. The base is 5.5 inches wide. So you see how far those wings go off the base. So
What you said? 75 millimeters?
no, yeah, 75 millimeters.
So about 7.5 centimeters. So that's actually closer to about
3-ish inches?
2 5/8 inches.
So it's a 3-inch base.
Almost on the dots.
Gotcha.
So close to a 3-inch base.
Gotcha. That's a 3-inch base, which is the equivalent to a not a large base. It's the next size up from large, like gargantuan. Anyway,
Huge?
It's huge. Thank you. It is a very big mini.
Huge
And you
tracts
can
of land.
You can see by the wingspan that this is an absolutely mini overall. So this is going to be given away when we hit at the end of the month, and you can enter randomly during the show to win. All you have to do is be a follower at least, and then type in the keyword, and we actually keep track of all the winners right now. You go to our Discord, and you can go to our monthly contest giveaway in our shows channel, and you can see who has how many tickets. And you can find our Discord, of course, in our LinkedIn, but it's also here. And of course, with our Discord, you can follow all these lovely people as they chitter chatter, and they actually can do things in our RP section that's canon to the shows. So the last thing I wanted to go over with you guys is for what you can get for following us here. Now, for following us here, we really can't tell you how much we appreciate it. But everyone who's following here, we're trying to get to 1,000 followers. Well, that's our sub goal. You can probably see it on the screen right now. When we get to 1,000 followers, we're going to give away something that I hope is very special to you guys. That is the D&D core set of D&D books. It's a player's handbook, the monster's manual, and the DMG, plus a GM screen in that slipcase. Now, this set is the collector's edition set, so it's not the traditional set with a standard cover. These are the foil embossed covers. So they're shiny, they're sparkly, they look different than anyone else's, which is key because if you go to the game store to game a lot, you know that how hard it is to sort everyone's books out at the end of the night when you're trying to go home. If you have this set, they look different from everyone else's, so you will be able to find your books quickly and go home if you want to. Or stand out in front of the game store and talk for 3 hours until 2 in the morning and then wake up late for work. That was my trip.
I do that
Yeah,
every
me too.
weekend.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't even go to the game store.
No, we would sit outside of our friend's house when we stopped gaming too. One of his neighbors came out with a shotgun one time.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't had the shotgun because I don't live in Texas, but I have definitely.
That feels
I've
very pointed. It's
Wait a
probably
minute.
true.
Where you live again?
Minnesota.
Minnesota? You can have shotguns in Minnesota.
Yeah, that I was making a gun.
I
joke
know,
about
I know.
Texas.
I had to.
But no,
I had to ruin it.
We
It
have
wouldn't,
had
it wouldn't have been a normal
whole lot.
shotgun in Texas. It would have been one of those lever action repeaters.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
like
no.
a replica or some shit.
No. Now in Texas, I can go out and buy a fully automatic shotgun with a 100-round drum belt.
Like an AA-12?
I hate it here.
Wow.
That is unnecessary.
That is...
We've got to get off this
It's called a street
Yeah.
sweeper.
Yeah.
Yep. It actually
Wait, they
comes with
actually
I
sell
don't
the
like
striker
that.
models out there?
Yeah, and it actually has a gyro stabilized mount you can buy with it too. The entire kit costs $15,000.
My God.
It's
It's
not at
time to get off
Walmart.
this
At
planet.
Walmart, of course.
It's not
Of
at Walmart.
course.
No, this thing is literally a howitzer that you can just walk around with.
Yeah.
For when you just need to kill all the ducks.
Yeah, and the houses the
God.
ducks live in.
Yeah,
All right.
and the
Yeah,
air. the
I've
ducks
gotten
fly
weird
through.
looks from my neighbors. We'll leave it at that. 'Cause, yeah, I'm usually outside about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. We stop playing at 11.
I know, it's always great. Those after game conversations are the best.
They're the
Mhm.
best. That's when you do the theories.
I know. That's the only reason I actually want to be able to run a game on the weekend once in a while, so we can actually hang out and chat a little while afterwards and actually chit chat about the game
Yeah.
instead of everyone going, "I have to be up in 6 hours." All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to it. These lovely people were in the city of Evertree. They thought they were going to get a little break and a little vacation. They have been through hell and back lately. This is episode 45.
Hell's
45.
bells.
Yes, and so these people have been through the ringer, and they are. This is I think the second time that you've ever had any actual slow time, and the first time you were like literally like getting to know the city, and you were buying sandwiches.
Yeah.
My
And then
sandwiches.
the city was gone.
I know.
My sandwich.
I know your sandwiches is fun. So
I'd like to
Evertree's
find the cabbage guy and the sandwich guy and give him some gold, please.
Yeah, what was-
Evertree's is. Oh my God, we were doing sandwiches last time.
Yeah.
The sandwich guy is now my cabbage guy.
Oh my God, it's canon.
That's the running
All the
joke.
more reason
It's
to
the
kill them.
sandwiches.
All the more reason to kill them.
No, I
I
love
lost my
sandwich
food.
guy.
No, I think he
didn't
means
get a
the
chance
bad
to
guys.
shoot.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't
Not-
get a
not the
chance to get
sandwich
close.
guy.
I was gonna say let's not kill sandwich guy.
Well, you can't kill sandwich guy. He's very. Anyway, so the basic
He may already be dead.
situation. He may already be dead. In Evertree, he was hanging onto his cart because his entire life, and he couldn't afford to lose it, and he just slid off the edge.
It just slid right off. Oh,
But anyway,
should have turned into a spider sooner.
so they were basically doing their own thing. Utopia and Camille had gone off for their very first. Valentine, who had run into his old love, his one and only true love, had actually gone to dinner with her and was in the downstairs restaurant of the inn they were staying. Aom
Me.
got very, very drunk,
I did.
and his friends put him to bed. So then his friends all decided to go out and just kind of explore the town. I think you guys were actually going to go to the Outfitters as well, weren't you? That's where your final destination was.
Uh-huh.
We were gonna buy clothes.
But first they were going to go get some food. So they were, because they were going to walk the entire evening, they basically went to a street vendor. So as all these situations were going around, the fucking
The
Dragging
fucking
up
Evertree.
city.
a sandwich.
Evertrees is a city that is in a giant forest that is mainly inhabited by elves. And being that they're elves, they're very in tune with nature, and they literally have made these that are basically the equivalent of redwood grow out into this network of that actually supports huge platforms that the majority of the city is built on. Now there is a city below it on the ground, but there is the majority of the city is up in the tree, and because of that, it's actually it's basically a giant skyport because there is tail to the nose.
It's fine. It's fine as long as he doesn't go sniffing a candle again.
But yeah, so they were up there, and suddenly, while they were all out pursuing their individual situations, there was a giant explosion, and the platform they were on lurched dramatically and was tilting, and people were starting to slide down the platform and go over the edge of the platform, which was, I think I said, 110 feet to the ground.
Something like that.
So it was.
Oh,
it was
goldfish height.
Yeah. So goldfish height. We're all gods.
Golden gods.
Flat. But, but a lot of people unfortunately fell off the edge. The sky docks on that side of the city were actually pulled down quite a number of feet, which caused some of the ships that they were moored to. Some of the ships were actually flipped over, and because of the way the sky ships work, they're suspended by crystals that have magical energy that keep them aloft. The ships that were flipped actually crashed to the ground. And so the ship that they got there on, the Lady Harpy, which is a huge naval vessel, was actually not completely flipped over, and the crew on it was trying to get it unmoored to right it. Everyone else was trying to get things taken care of, and they saw what, for the most part, would be fighter jets. And the fighter jets were flying around, and they would drop barrels of Greek fire that would crash to the deck and splash everywhere, and then a second person in the ship would drop a lit torch, which would fall into the Greek fire and just catch everything. And this city is primarily made of wood. Oh, thank you very much, Silver Girl 206, for the follow. We greatly appreciate it. And so they basically did their. Oh, you know them?
Yeah, that's one of my friends from my original campaign that I'm in.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
So thank you very much for the follow, and we will try and torture Lissa especially much. Just if you sub, we'll make sure that she has some tragic ending.
Ooh.
How dare you, good sir? How dare you? I am in that ship too. How dare you?
No, you might get two
Fine,
for
you guys
one.
can be zombies.
Look. We already
can
had
both be
a
Timmy.
buy one get half
Yes.
off.
Yes.
You don't need two.
Oh, I did promise a coworker I'd name a zombie after him, so somebody can be a Dallas.
Dallas.
It can be Dallas because the D's.
The D's. So yeah, so Drake hatched a wild and insane plan. Used one of his special abilities to teleport himself in front of one of the airships. Was hit by the airship, but managed to land himself in the cockpit, driving his daggers into the heart of the pilot, barely managing to roll off the ship afterwards as the ship careened out of control and smashed into a building. Everyone else was on damage control for the most part. Valentine and his former lady love were trying to help people who were injured inside the inn. Aeom, having the luck of drunks and babies, tossed around a bit in his room, but came to and managed to stumble downstairs mostly naked.
I'm wearing a towel and Val's jacket.
That's it, pretty much.
That's it.
And fur.
And fur, yeah.
You got
fur.
furry
You got
legs.
You got your own fur.
It's fine.
We can pay for targeted trauma. What do you mean, no?
Not you.
Look at the bits cost for all the other stuff you can do in the Dagger Dollar section. You can always pay for trauma.
You can pay for
It's true.
trauma. That's the
It's true.
tagline for D&D.
Because remember, anything in there can be bought for the NPC as well as the PC. Want to make one of the NPC auto crit and auto do max damage?
Yeah.
I think it costs like
No.
bucks or something.
50,000. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I thought that was Devastator.
That's Devastator.
Yeah.
Oh, you got. Oh,
So close.
I have a lend a hand.
Perfect.
Damn it, Celtic. Already.
Thank you, Cal.
I don't know if I like that hanging off
your
the side of
character
a tree.
gets to live for 30 seconds longer in the Firefly game.
Wow.
So we basically have a situation where the city is under attack. There is a large pirate airship underneath the city, which turns out to be a pirate's ship. There is an army marching through the woods of devils, and there is all kinds of chaos happening. Calivastras turned into a giant spider and climbed underneath the tree. She managed to speak to the tree and find out that it was worried it wasn't going to be able to hold everything up, and so she used one of her spells very creatively to basically lash the tree together with natural vines that grew out of the tree itself, and she basically helped it strengthen it to heal it a bit as it. But then that was her last wild shape, so
Yep.
she was
Yeah.
stuck. She made herself a hammock of spider webs first, and now she's stuck hanging under the tree about 80 feet off the ground.
It's fine. It's
Uh,
fine.
Once Val and his oh my god, what's her name?
Remy.
It's Remy though, right?
Yeah, Remy for short.
Once Val and Remy had gotten the situation settled in the inn, Remy ran off to go see what was going on with the ship. Val went and got with everyone else, and Drake came up with the idea after he had managed, after they had gotten Drake to the point where he wasn't dying from all the damage he took from getting hit by the ship and falling off the ship, and turning himself into a little rolling human ball of bruises. After he did that, they managed to get him healed up enough to where he could stagger around. And so Val went looking for. I do believe were going to. Oh no, that's what happened. Utopia and Camille were trapped in the restaurant because the restaurant was basically tilted, and all the furniture was piled up on the one end of the restaurant, and the door was on the other, so they had to climb up the restaurant basically to get out. And then Val and everyone were deciding what to do, and I think they were going to go look for Utopia when Remy showed up with one of the skiffs from their ship and told them to get aboard. They went and found Utopia. Drake and Lex went to go see if they could recover the other ship that crashed, and Utopia summoned her mount, and everyone was starting to make off, and I think you guys, because they have a psychic link, or Sam's character Drake, and Calivas just told them where she was, so they were making down and around the edge of the ship to go get Callie, and Utopia, I think, was going to try and take Camille to safety, maybe to the ship or something. And so, you guys are on the barge. And Drake and Lex, you're on the airship. So
Yes, we are strapped in.
Yep.
And ready to splatter.
so
Splatter time.
just for the audience's sake, Drake, would you care to go over your plan again?
So, the plan is very simple. So far, what we have discovered when we encounter enemies is all these groups of enemies seem to have a leader calling the shots. No. When that leader goes, things usually scatter. At first glance, it appeared like leader might be aboard the ship. But with the ship kind of listing after the Archdruid transformed pretty much into a green dragon and aired the thing out with gas, it looks like the devil down below leading the assault is said leader. So, considering what we have figured out about how this ship works, it utilizes physics. The explosive harpoons on the side are essentially sit against the plate of the ship. As the ship moves very quickly, said spears are also moving very quickly. And as soon as said ship uses its ability to come to a dead stop, said explosive weapons continue. So the goal is to pick up speed, make like everything's normal, do a dive bomb directly at the devil in charge, and then stop! And just let the 4 to 6 explosive harpoons that we have just completely...
Go.
What's that one artist? Jackson Pollock? What's his
Jackson
name?
Pollock.
Sounds about
painting.
right.
Ooh, Pollock.
Yeah,
That's-
Yeah,
turn
no,
the demon
we're
into
thinking
a
about
Jackson
Jackson
Pollock
Pollock
painting.
That's the name you're
Got it.
looking for.
There you go,
Yeah,
Jackson
yeah,
Pollock.
we're looking at a Pollock.
So
Yikes.
let's
A
go.
Pollock, not a polycule.
Since-
There's not
since-
going to be enough of them left for that.
Since this
Oh,
is
I love a
going
good
to be
Pollock
a very much
Always good.
action-packed and initiative-needing scene with Drake and Lex, let's jump back over to our amazing group of heroes who are trying to save Callie
Just
from
Callie.
her precarious perch. So Remy is flying
It's
the
a pouch.
ship. Pouch. It is a pouch and a perch.
It's a pouch.
Perch in a pouch.
I'm
Per-
pouch
perchy
pouching.
pouch.
So Remy is flying it, and I do believe, Aeom, you were on the ship, weren't you? Or were you with Utopia?
I think it was with Utopia.
Can we retcon that to put you?
We can wreck on that, yeah.
Because that way I can just put Camille and Utopia on the Pegasi, and they can come in whenever. If Utopia gets to make it night, then
Perfect.
So, Val, you and Aom are on with Remy, and she basically pilots the craft under the platform. You can see now what Callie saw, which is that the tree is up near the top of the tree. There is a huge scorch mark on the side of the tree, and there's missing mass of it. But that scorch mark is also the base for a huge split that goes up the tree. Now you can see that a bunch of huge vines have grown up and around and through that split and seem to have drawn the tree back together a bit. And the tree seems to be in better shape than it was. But you see Callie is kind of like waving at you, and she's sitting in a hammock made of spider webs on the side of the tree.
I'll
see
point
you.
out to Rami that there's our friend. That's Callie.
Better be, otherwise there's a really big fucking spider down here. And
I mean, she was a spider and then she wasn't.
oh well.
She's a druid.
Okay, no,
It's
no,
a
no.
weird druid thing.
They're your friend. It's cool. It's great. They're your
Yeah.
friend. It's fine. Everything's fine. I won't question why they were a spider. So
Fair enough.
she pilots the skiff over. She gets it underneath as close as she can to the tree and gets it underneath the webbing. And so, you're going to jump over, I assume?
I was seeing if I had a thing. I don't think I have it though. Nope. Okay.
I can try and catch you. I warn you, I'm not very strong.
That's okay. I don't weigh a lot. I'm gonna just kind of situate myself and try to kick off from the tree and jump onto the ship. This is only good decisions.
It's going to be an
this could end
athletics roll
terribly.
or a acrobatics roll.
Then acrobatics or athletics? Oh, it's going to be acrobatics because my athletics are terrible.
All right.
Normal.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
That's
Okay,
pretty good.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
you
a
basically managed to get
aerial
yourself out of
silk.
the harness, and you kind of like pulling on the harness tight to give yourself a leverage point. You kind of just like make yourself a little ball against a tree, and this is fire out with your feet, and you land, and you actually tumble onto the skiff and come up on your feet very gracefully.
That was actually impressive.
That was
Didn't
so
think I could
cool,
do that.
Callie.
Oh god.
As Aom almost stumbles off the edge of the skiff.
Hey,
I like
whoa.
I like what you did with the tree. It's neat. Very,
Thanks.
like,
I was trying to
tentacly.
squish it back together.
I'm sure the tree is very grateful.
Oh yeah, they said thank you.
Oh, good.
Kind of. It felt a little bit better. I can talk to trees sometimes.
Oh.
It's kind of like how I can talk to animals.
Yeah.
God talks in my head sometimes.
It
I
sounds
have
like-
voices in my head.
really-
It
I don't
seems
want-
to be a theme
Mm-hmm.
of our group.
Oh, Callie,
Okay.
this
Yeah.
is this is my friend Rami. Rami,
Yeah, we met
Callie?
earlier. Hi.
She says, so where to next?
I
There's
think
pirate
our other
ship.
friends are about to do something dumb. I think we should be there to maybe
Watch.
well, not so much watch. I mean, yes, we're going to watch that. We're going to watch too, but also be there in case they need medical
Recorded for
assistance.
posterity and posthumous things.
posthumous.
Yes.
Oh, do we
Also
have all the
save them from
heals
certain
on this
death.
boat?
I
Very
was gonna
likely.
say, posthumous is after death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to save them from the posthumous to make sure that they don't go humus.
We're gonna make it
Drake is
Posthumous.
very determined. He is
Don't-
like a dog with a bone. I think that's the term. Yeah,
A dog with a bone dog. Got it.
Dogs do like bones.
they do.
Hopefully we can keep him from doing the death.
That
And-
is
and
always the hope. Remy
Yeah.
says, so are we going back up then?
where did I'm just gonna Drake, where are you and
So,
Lissa going?
Drake, you've managed
What's
to
going
pilot,
on?
You managed to pilot you got your hands on the sphere. And you realize that basically piloting the ship.
The orb.
Oh god.
I forgot about that.
He's straddling the orb. He's straddling
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, I am
Oh,
just
yeah,
lucky last
baby.
game I
Oh,
I
yeah.
natty 20 that didn't save to connect with the thing in the first place.
That's why
That
you're
is
straddling
true.
that bad boy.
Yep.
That orb is loving on you, and you're
I
loving on that
am.
orb, baby.
No, I'm not just connected. I am the orb. The orb is me.
If you're
So-
fused together, if you like fusion dance,
It's like Avatar.
like Avatar.
oh jeez.
But
It's
you've
not a- it's not
determined
a-
that the control of the flight of this vessel is basically done literally as if the vessel was. And you're thinking about flying around. So you begin to, and then as you're doing things like you're backing it out, are you taking it up in the air?
Just for a slight hover, just to see what it feels like, just so I can get a better hang of it.
Are you thinking about rising like safely and slowly?
Yes.
So you slowly climb up into the air. You get about 20 feet off the deck. Whenever you think like, oh, this is high enough, it will stop.
All right. I really got to focus on this. It's just say back to Lex in my head, or actually to everyone. It's like, all right. There's a demon leading the assault down below. We are going to utilize this ship to kill him. If
Don't
you
use
see-
fire.
So, if you see a small black vessel breaking off of the others, it's probably us.
Okay, we just got Callie, and we're gonna hang around and hopefully make sure you don't kill yourselves.
So it's okay. We're about
No,
to
it's
turn
not
that demon
okay.
into a work of art.
That's great. We also want you to not die.
That would require I hit the ground. How do I put this? These ships connect off of psionics. I'm
Okay.
literally connected to the ship psychically right now.
And what will happen to you should the ship get blown up while you're connected to it?
Ooh.
Hopefully nothing, because I would assume I'm better at not getting hit than that.
For the sake of argument, let's
Who
say you're
knows?
not.
Let's not find out.
For once, we agree.
Because I am gonna get the drop on this motherfucker, and there's not going to be a motherfucker left.
Right, Lex.
Yeah.
Please try to make sure he doesn't kill himself.
Or get yourself killed either.
Yeah,
that-
don't do
Don't
that
let
too.
him kill you.
Don't let him kill you, which hopefully will also allow him to live too.
Sure, we'll be fine. It's the worst that
mean,
can happen. Besides death.
I mean, there's a lot of
Do you
bad
want
things that
a
could
short
happen.
list or a long list?
I don't think we have time for either.
No, we don't. So just don't die.
Look, I mean, if you guys want to give us a hand, maybe some ground support or air support,
Moral support.
That too.
not useful. Not now.
There
I just
may
think
We
be
need
a
a-
thing or
having a
two
lot
that
of
I can
negative
do.
thoughts right now. I think you need some positivity.
There is
Yeah.
one thing we need. We don't need positivity. We need violence.
No, we should always have positivity.
I agree.
Ray,
Positive
Okay,
violence.
fine. Positive violence.
Say that again.
Positive
how far are
violence.
we? How far are we, as in Callie, Ray, Aom, and myself on the ship? How far are we away from the group of devils?
Oh, they're on the edge of the lower city, and they're probably in grand total. They're about 200 yards away from you, but they're also almost 80 feet below you.
Okay. So I will kind of turn to Remy. Hey, Remy, if you can get me within maybe 120 feet of those things, I might be able to help make this a little bit easier for everyone.
Hold on.
All right.
You said how far down by how far to them?
Roughly about 80 to 100 feet down, and about
feet down.
and about 200 yards,
Sam's doing math. I don't
I
like
know.
this.
which is
We're
roughly
doing
30,
feet
which
yards.
is roughly 3,600 feet, about a mile actually.
Oh damn.
No,
okay.
no, it's not a mile.
Oof.
Sorry. 300.
So that's so
600
they
and
are
something feet.
608.27.
Yeah, if you get me as close to
Sam,
them as you safely can,
Sam has
hopefully
a
within
good smile
about.
on. I have a good
Ah.
feeling about this.
Oh boy.
Sam has a smile.
Hopefully within about
I know that
120
smile.
feet
Hold
of
on,
them,
hold on. Let me change
and I
that.
might be able to help. At least make them easier targets.
So as you guys, as she kind of nods to you, and she begins. She's at the helm, got her hands on one of those crystals, and she looks like her brow furrows, and she can concentrate, and the ship begins moving and banking around. Now the skiff is literally it's got sides, so but you can still fall off by falling over the side. It's got rails and everything like that, and it's got a big heavy prow, and it's got a large there's a large situation in the back of the deck, and it looks like it's just there to provide some cushion if it bumps up against something. And these are basically what they use to load and unload the ships. So this thing is not meant to go super insanely fast or anything like that. So you guys are coasting down and moving through the under the trees, and she's kind of, she'll put you behind a tree and come up on the tree and then go around it. So she's trying to use cover to keep you guys from being spotted. Drake, you are in the pilot seat. Lex, you're in the other seat. You made rolls last time to figure out how these controls work.
Yep.
So, Lex, you figured out how to release the spears either individually. The ballista does it. Either individually, or you can release them all at once. Are you going to go? Drake, you're bringing the ship around. How fast are you going to come when you come underneath the platform?
More than likely, we're gonna go a little bit faster so we can get used to the speed, just so that we can get a bank, just so we can get a good course, just so you can get a good line of, but not only a good line of sight, but a good trajectory. Then we're gonna go.
So,
We're not gonna go fast enough as it's gonna kill us.
What seems
We
to have
figured-
happened in the meantime, while you guys were figuring out how to pilot the ship and they were getting Callie off the tree, is that the majority of the army, because there wasn't a heck of a lot of resistance, there wasn't a standing army there waiting to greet them. The majority of the army has fallen into the lower city, and not has run into the lower city. And you can see that buildings are starting to burn. There's screaming coming for the lower city now. There is a lot of chaos happening below. But there are still multiple units of devils being held back in reserve, and the commander is still at the back of the army. And he seems to have a cohort of other demons around, or devils around.
Val,
Yeah.
you can tell the big guy apart. He's standing in the very back, a bunch of behind like a bunch of cohorts, like a cowardly bitch.
Okay, that's good to know.
You said you planned on lighting him up. Are you talking figuratively or literally?
Figuratively, not so much making him brighter, making it so that he doesn't move. Hence, making him an easier target.
All right, just give me the signal. We'll line up our approach.
Alrighty.
Just know this: when you see a ship coming in at what only I can describe as fuck all speed, just make sure you're not in the way.
Is that
That's
really
the
fast
plan.
or really slow?
Really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
It's gonna
That's
be
the-
great.
I've always wanted to fly one of these things.
Fuck
I
all
just
usually
picture
make
now
me-
like this
Yeah.
image of us like doing the thing and then flying out as you are flying in, having that like very like slow motion, like the ship's passing in the night. Is like,
Val just looking over like, huh? And Drake just constantly focuses on there and like, yeah.
What's the gift
Like
of
with
the
their
little
hand
guy,
on
like,
the hands on
running
the controls, like
through?
yeah.
yeah. And then the speed goes back to normal.
It's the Umbrella Academy meme.
Yes.
The Umbrella
Yes.
Academy meme.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just picturing the little mascot running through the field of explosions.
No, that's in Lex and Drake after they do this.
After
Nice.
they do
Oh my
this,
Oh boy.
Who says anybody's walking away?
I hope we're all walking away.
I would like for everyone to be
This
walking
is
away.
That'd be
fine.
great.
Everyone will be fine.
With or
Calm
without a pulse, they just need to walk away, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who needs a pulse to walk?
Nobody.
Timmy.
No one ever needs a pulse.
Tell
for
that
anything.
to Callie's friends. They don't have pulses. They walk just fine.
They walk a lot.
Exactly.
They walk
Tim
I'm
doesn't
away.
have
already,
a pulse to walk.
I'm already Callie's friend. I don't need to make double friends. 'Cause then that's a.
We could change your name to Timmy.
No. We do not need to transform Drake into Dallas. No.
Oh, I can't wait to tell them about that.
Oh,
All right.
about what?
My buddy Dallas from work be like, I named a zombie after you. Be happy.
I need a zombie.
Look, just think about it this way. To quote a band I'm, ironically enough, as playing on my playlist right now, we can't go to hell if we're already there. Full speed ahead.
Oh no.
Nice.
All right, there we go. Interesting. So, I want you to know one thing, Drake. When you bring it around, you're obviously piling it and coming and getting ready to come around and go underneath the platform.
Mhm.
As you're bringing it around, coming around, I'm assuming you're not going super fast.
I've got enough speed that if any, like, stray devils or stray pirates that see us and decide, hey, wait a minute, something's not right there, and start to fire, I'm at least a difficult target.
All right.
Because I know
So-
if I come straight from the city straight down, it's going to kind of draw their attention. So my thought is, if the city is here and the devils are here, I don't want to come straight down.
Got it.
I want to kind of circle around the side and then essentially strafe them so I have an easier shot. And that way, if we so happen to miss the big guy, we at least have a better chance of hitting all the other guys grouped up with him.
Got it.
We're in a fighter, not a strike bomber.
Understood. So, when you making this maneuver, as you come around the edge, you see what I described to everyone else. The army is, like I said, there's several units held back, but there is the army is dispersed, and they're obviously just laying waste to the town below. You can see that the pirate ship is still lilting off. You don't see any sign of the Green Dragon. You can see the barge that Remy and the others are on is kind of like moving from tree trunk to tree trunk, and these tree trunks are, and so moving from tree trunk to tree trunk as they move around, basically using them for cover because the barge doesn't go nearly as fast as you do. You can see that there are two of the black ships, like yours, still zooming around, but they seem to be zooming around the deck of their own ship, of the big ship, and there's obviously some damage to the ship now, as they have fired their own harpoons at the deck of the ship. You can see there's movement on the deck of the ship, and there's these winged things that from this distance you can make out as being very large white-skinned humanoid things that are carrying like long halberds and have long tails.
The pirates are shooting at them?
Yeah, on the ones on the deck, yes.
Interesting. Okay, so the pirates and the devils are not working together. Okay.
You can see that there's still a little bit of that green smoke that Callie described leaking out of the bottom of the ship, like through some of the portholes and stuff like that. Don't see any sign of anything else in the air with you. So there's
That's good.
two others of the ship like you're in, and there's just the big pirate ship, those two other flying things, and then if there's anything else with wings, it's not in the air, it's down in the city. So, what is your plan? Like I said, you can see where the reserves are hosted back, and where the general, where the obvious commander of the other other portion of the army is. and he is basically standing there and conferring with several other creatures.
Let's try to come in at that creature. Actually, where's the sun at right now?
It doesn't matter. You're under the platforms.
No, I'm saying, is the big guy under the platforms as well, technically?
Yeah, no, he's outside the edge of the platforms.
My thought is, do what classic fighters used to do. Use the
Come
sun
down
as
out of
cover.
the sun. Okay.
Yeah.
Was gotten hit. Docked.
It was in the afternoon /
No,
evening.
it's evening.
So
It's evening. So the sun's gonna be low on the horizon. It's gonna be. Go ahead, do me this. Roll me a d.
pull it back up. Where'd it run off? Da. 15.
Yeah, because of the angle of the sun and everything like that, you cannot actually get into a position where the sun will be behind you, because when you dip below the level of the trees, you lose the sun.
Okay, that's fair. In that case, let's try to come around at this thing's. If it's facing the city, try to come in at its 4 o'clock.
Okay.
No,
So-
5 o'clock.
That's gonna mean traversing. So, thank you very much for the subscription. So for Girl 206, how do you want her to
Nice.
die?
No.
Do not kill Lex.
Yet.
Not allowed.
Yes.
She took tentacles for us.
That is true.
It is true. She
How
did
dare
take
you?
Amazing.
tentacles.
That sounds way worse.
It sounds
Oh, I know
worse.
exactly how it sounded.
It sounds
That's why
way
I
worse
said that.
until
She
you
can't
tell
die.
people that
I've
you
got
took
this.
tentacles to the face.
She did take
Nope, that
tentacles to
doesn't
the
sound
face.
any better.
That does not sound any better.
It does not
Please
sound
don't
any
kill my character. Say anything after that?
+5
Yeah.
shirt of groveling.
Like,
Plus size shirt of groveling.
Plus
It should have said the plus $5 GM of shirt of GM bribing. So
Ray doesn't respond to groveling apparently.
I work.
No.
does,
Noted.
describe, does
So what does
do
work?
bribery.
I do bribery because I am a horrible, horrible human.
Bet.
Bet. All right. So what we're gonna do next is this. Because we're gonna go into some action sequences, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative. But I need to take care of something real fast. Boop. Oh yes. Oh, don't roll yet.
Okie dokie.
Oh shoot! I totally messed this up. Yeah. All right,
no.
let's go ahead and run this. I'm gonna run this all from Dean.
Alright.
At least while you're working on
How
that, it gives
dare
me a
you,
chance to
Tristan.
quickly use the restroom and make sure my water bottle is topped off. Because having to essentially keep drinking little bits of water to keep things from getting dry back there, so that my tooth doesn't start aching.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
this is like my 3rd to 4th water bottle today, and each one of these is about 650 to 700 milliliters.
Yeah. No, I got it. It doesn't sound like it's really fun at all.
No. I'll be right back.
All right, be right back. I gotta remake this real fast because it.
I too will return briefly.
Got it, and there. Okay, now I've got it. Ta-da! There we go. All right. Now we can go ahead. If you're in D&D Beyond, you can roll initiative. Let me see this one quick. I gotta do one other thing because I gotta make sure that this is up so we can put the D&D Beyond stuff in actual Foundry.
Ooh.
I want to be able to see. Foundry.
Way too early. for
Uh-oh, we're
Christmas
being
pizza.
raided. Oh, hey, Geek Alyssa.
Alyssa.
How you
What's up?
doing? I am madly scrambling to fix this. As
So what is
always.
bring the pain?
Breathe.
Redeemed the gods. Oh, the gods have spoken. Okay.
Yes. Read it.
God,
It's wonderful.
broken.
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful.
It's all broken, man.
Game
So-
over, man.
Game over, man. Game.
All right, everyone, go ahead and roll their initiatives.
You also got to hydrate.
Oh, we got hydrates.
I need to choose from my like 5 cups of liquid.
I'm about to roll to 15.
I moved. Okay.
Oh, hold on, let me pull up the thing. Where's the initiative in here? I know there's an initiative. There it is.
We're all rolling initiative. Correct.
Yes.
I figured if it wasn't necessary, I would get booted out.
That's a 21 for me.
Damn, Val.
I have a beanie. Although, granted, she's got active camouflage right now.
Lex rolled a 6.
Mine has melted on my lap.
Your kitty melted on the lap.
He's melted.
Hold on.
It
Val
says
has
there's
a
no combat
22.
encounter for me. So I
Melted.
have to refresh.
Are you in D&D Beyond? Or are you in
Oh
Me?
no,
yeah,
Foundry.
Foundry?
Yeah, I rolled it in D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
but
no,
it
I was
didn't
talking to
show up in
Aeon.
Foundry at all.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Alright,
Yeah,
alright,
it's not showing up in Foundry for some reason, so I'm just gonna do it in Beyond.
Okay, okay.
And Beanie is now starting to melt on my lap because I'm
Drake.
scratching her in all the right places.
Well, that's because she likes it.
Yes, she does. And she hasn't learned that she can actually, so long as she behaves, actually sit on my lap.
What does behave mean?
Specifically, no making biscuits on my balls.
Oof.
That is a very specific thing. Ow, Aeon, what happened?
That was brutal.
No. Stop making biscuits on my legs.
Well,
I
they're
love
not your
you.
balls, so there you go.
She heard me say that. It's like, okay, how about your thighs? You little jerk. No. Okay, the blanket is safe. The blanket is fine. That's good. Don't push your luck.
Don't push your luck or push your luck.
Charlie, you have to stay on my lap. You can't sit on my desk.
Is there any way to see the turn order on D&D Beyond?
Hang on one second. I'm
Oh,
checking that
thanks.
right now.
Kinda.
Kinda.
I mean, you can see what everybody rolled.
Hang on one second.
And then, like,
Shit.
Plug them in on your own.
Wait, I can't see what everybody rolled. Let me see what
If you go, there's a thing called game log on there.
Yeah, or like the bar that says campaign, and there's like a little chat box.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, damn, these guys are rolling shitty. Which is, of course, good. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean, even by rolling a 1, they got a 5, so.
Right.
Val, what did you roll? I'm sorry.
I rolled a 21.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Blackjack. 1, and then he rolled a 16. All right, so now it's stacked in initiative order. So Val, of course, you're going first. You're stuck on the
Okay.
barge, and she has gotten you now to where you're still about 180 feet out, so you really don't have range for the spells you wanted to do. But if you want to do anything in preparation, you can definitely cast buffs right now. And
Okay.
the barge itself will move at 60 feet a turn.
Cool.
So you will be, when she comes around that tree, You're gonna like zip right down into it, and it's gonna move on her turn.
Okay. Well, with my bonus action, I am going to. I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration on Callie. I'm gonna look at her and just kind of give. Actually, I'm gonna start on candy striped legs. The Spider Girl comes, sweltering through the swelter of the evening sun. Just kind of give her. So you now have shit. What is the?
Is it still a D8
yet? I think it's a D8.
A D8.
Checking. Yeah, it's a D8. Bardic inspiration with a mote of potential that you can use in various ways because it's great being a creation bard. And I'm gonna hold my spell action to when we roll up on to when we get in within range.
Got it.
I can, or at least get within range of the big guy, so that I can drop the bomb.
Understood. All right, so Drake, you're up next.
All right.
Now the ship moves at 120 feet a turn. But if you move at that speed, I will need either an athletics or a dex check from you to be able to avoid hitting anything like the trees or anything like that, because at 120 feet you're gonna have to pass by at least 2 or 3 different trees, and to keep it actually going in the direction you want it to go, because the ship gets buffeted around by winds, it gets knocked around by its own turbulence, and it just hauls ass. You may choose to move at any speed below that, but if you're going over 100 feet per turn, then you're gonna have to make me that check.
Having that knowledge,
You're
and having
muted,
connection to the
Les.
ship.
That's
It's like 99 feet.
99 feet.
Well, I said over 100.
Yes, that's what she's
Exactly.
saying. 99 feet.
So if you go 100, we're fine. So above 100, that things get sketchy. So
That's how fast I move.
Mm-hmm.
knowing
You're moving.
But you have
being
to
able
burn.
to feel out the ship and feel out its limits, knowing own personal limits, like okay,
But Aeon, that's just his movement. Nothing
Oh, true.
else.
Yeah.
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 If he sprints, he moves 240 feet.
and if I use my bonus action as rogues do to push it even further beyond,
Yep. That's why I was saying you have to give me those rolls if you do anything. And if you use your bonus action to go faster, you will have to make that roll a disadvantage.
not necessarily faster, basically use the dash action.
You can use the dash action but you still have to make the roll. But if you go fast, if you like use your bonus action to move a third time, then you make the roll at disadvantage, because now you're getting to the point where all you can see is this little space in front of you.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, absolute tunnel vision. In fact, I think at that speed you're coming close to breaking the sound barrier.
Let me see.
360 feet in 6 seconds.
Ugh,
It's fine. It's fine. Nothing could
that's
go
a
wrong.
lot.
Well, because you can do like a quarter mile. How long is a quarter mile?
Hold on.
Like
It's
10-second quarter mile.
It's 360 feet, right?
math.
360 feet
Oh
in
boy,
6 seconds.
the engineer's mathing.
That
We'll be
means
here for a while.
60 feet per second.
60 feet a
Skips
second
down.
doesn't sound like
Not crazy.
incredible fast.
The
Yeah,
speed
the
of
sound,
sound,
the sound
the
barrier
speed
is
of
broken between like 1,060 to 1,200 feet
Wha-
per second.
1,125 feet per second. So doesn't even come close.
Yeah, that's sad because it's 120 feet of base movement. But when you put it all into 1 second, you double that for 240, you triple that for 360. but it really doesn't. It's really not a good multiplying factor because then it's still packed into 6 seconds. Blech, I don't like it.
Well,
Anyway.
it comes out to 60 feet per second.
Yeah, I know, which makes you slow.
Slower than
Than the base
what's needed
movement.
to break the sound barrier.
Yeah,
Let's
Make
see.
Uh,
it faster, Ray.
make it fast.
However, the G-force velocity is about 70.6. So going at, like, say, if we went full speed, it still wouldn't even be the equivalent of 1G.
It's like
Hey,
a,
we're not
like a
even
leisurely
doing-
carriage ride.
What's
These
the point?
things
I
Sam
wanted
ruined
G-forces.
everything with science.
I'm sorry. Physics
taking
is a
them.
major part of engineering for some reason.
Are you an
I
I
engineer in
have
this
to know
game?
these things.
Are you an engineer in this game?
No.
Then stop it.
I'll do my best.
That's it. Next time I'm playing it out at FISA.
And you can't stop me. No.
All right, so what
we're
are you
probably
doing?
gonna move at about 100 just so that he can get a feel for the speed, but also get a feel of like how fast this thing can go. It's like, okay, this is much faster than some of the ships. It's okay. I got this.
Are you sure?
I actually have this. Holy shit! Let's go.
So you basically just like list around, get up a little height, and then like just in a heartbeat whip around and you're underneath the platforms. Lex, you got a little bit of warning, but there is this negative G lurch as he goes up and around the platform, and then you plummet back into G's as he goes under it, and I need you to make me a con save.
Okay. This
Don't
will be
black out.
fine.
Don't black out. You'll come back in a few seconds. Just don't black out.
15.
More than enough. You have a few moments of queasiness where you think you're gonna just lose your lunch, but then
I didn't have lunch.
I know, but so you
I
just-
lost my sandwich.
You
No,
lost
I
your
lost
sandwich.
my sandwich.
Well, where you were gonna lose your breakfast, but you basically pull it together, and then you're just enjoying the thrill of the G's as you come around. Tabletop Misfits, how are you doing this evening? Thank you so much for the raid. We're flying
Why can I-
spaceships.
Why can I imagine it's not just going under? It's Drake literally going, inverting, and then just
Yeah, it's the
Ewing.
it's the inverse.
I was
that
thinking
makes
you kind of
life,
just did
like,
this whole thing where you
easy for
kind
a
of
second.
curved over, fish-tailed up, and then went whack underneath it. So you like kind of almost went backwards for a second and then shot underneath it.
or better
works
yet,
too.
just because Drake's a little bit of show off. Full turn first, turn, die.
So we're doing barrel rolls.
Lex,
Yes.
did you strap
Oh, good
in?
God.
Yes, Lex
I know,
is
I remember.
strapped in.
You
There was a
guys both said
whole
you
running
strapped
joke.
in. All right. Yes, strap in, strap on, strap off. Got it. All
The
right.
strapper.
Strapped up.
The strapper.
Ooh, the strapper.
Strap on.
So you move 100 feet. You guys see as this thin, slim black ship darts underneath the platform, and it's literally shooting up, and it covers so much ground, and it just like air, and it basically comes up, and so it's catching up to you very, very quickly. So that is Drake's. That's your action. I'm assuming you're not going to have Lex discharge any of the torpedoes yet, and
No,
you're
but
keeping
Lex is
the
far
forward
away.
momentum going, correct?
Yes. Would it be a freaking dex save to go faster, or
No, it is it's either an athletics or an acrobatics roll.
acrobatic check? So that's a +9. What's an acrobatic? It's skill check. Okay,
Mhm.
we're gonna use the dash action. We're gonna go a little bit faster.
Okay, so you can go up to another 120 feet.
Oh,
Yep, let's do it.
Oh,
All right.
Because here's the best part. Because it's an acrobatics, because it's an ability check, I can use my ability
What's your ability?
to add
Which ability?
to utilize one of my psionic die and add it to the roll should it seem to be rolling a little bit too low. Which is a D8. I don't know how to roll an actual D8 in here. I know.
There is a D20 in the bottom left corner where you can select individual dice.
There it is. Perfect. Now I know how to do it. So
Okay. Are we doing all of our rolls and beyond?
Yeah, because it's giving me a little bit of problems.
Gotcha.
Got some problems.
So first, let's roll that acrobatics. And then let's roll that d8 just to be safe.
Because we always want to be safe, ladies and gentlemen.
As Drake is piloting a ship with his brain.
So that
What
comes
could go
out
wrong?
to
that.
And we're not good
16.
at brain things.
Arguably, it could actually be safer than piloting it with your hands because your brain reacts faster.
It's true.
So you have
Yeah.
you rolled a total of 16,
But we're idiots.
That's also true.
which is definitely enough to keep the ship moving. You feel though, as you're moving the ship, you can feel the resistance of the turbulence from the increased friction on the air, shaking the ship. And you also are feeling that the damage to the actual hull of the ship in the front is causing drag on the front of the ship, which is making it a little more difficult to control.
Okay, I'm gonna have to compensate for that.
So,
Phrasing.
are you doing anything else? You still have your bonus action.
With that, I'm trying to think what I can use my bonus action for in this
You
case.
can
Isn't the bonus a
sprint.
dash?
He can bonus to dash.
I can, but that's going to be done at disadvantage.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
And with the chip
I'm sorry, I must have zoned. I thought you said
No,
you
you're-
did do that.
No, he said
So-
he was doing a regular dash action.
Gotcha.
With that one action, just seeing that, it's like, okay, if I try to push this ship too fast, this thing's going to come apart. It's like, so we're going to keep it about the speed. We're not going to push it any further. Just Lex, once they light that thing up, whether figuratively or literally, and we start picking up speed on our attack run, we're not firing these things one by one.
Let them rip.
All of them.
Bet.
We're gonna hit this thing with everything we have.
Let's go.
All right, Val, do your thing. As you literally just see the small black craft just. Meow.
Okay.
So you see below you, because that's the end of your initiative. You see below you the commander of the army. He seems to be giving some orders. And you see a contingent of creatures that it's like a flock of them. Small winged demons or devils lift off, and they go flying up towards the pirate ship.
Curious.
Mine.
I don't like.
Hey, where'd it go? There it is. It's back. All right. So that's on his turn. Callie, you're up.
Okay, so
You're about,
this is weird.
what did I say, 180 feet away from the commander of the army. You're
Okay.
kind of, oh shit. Val, you can redo your turn if you want to. You're kind of flying over the city now. You can see below you that there are creatures lighting buildings on fire. There's citizens running in the streets. There's devils attacking them. It's basically chaos below. You do see that the militia is forming up, and they're at the arms house, and they're distributing weapons. But this is like a totally disheveled defense. They were not ready for this. And the city of Evertree is like in the center of this forest, so they don't expect attacks. So they don't have like walled fortifications or anything.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I may take back my held action.
Because you're only like 30 or 40, about 40 or 50 feet off the ground.
Okay, that works for me. I am going to then. How many of those creatures would you say are like within range of me?
What range is your spell going to be?
It is. It's got 120 foot range.
A lot.
Okay. I am going to aim for, let's see, 1, 2, 5 of the ones that seem to be doing the most damage.
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at them.
All right. So I need to make 5 saving throws. Con saves, right?
No, the
no,
Scorching Ray
there's
are,
attacks.
are attack rolls.
Okay. So go ahead and make your rolls.
First attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you make your rolls, and I just tell you whether you hit or not.
So that's a 22.
Gotcha.
Oh, it actually came through this time.
Oh, it came through
To Foundry.
Yeah, the rolls
Hooray.
are popping up in Foundry, kind of.
Alright, so number 2.
Yeah, we don't have an initiative tracker in Foundry yet, though. I have to load the encounter up.
So that's the second one is 18.
18 misses.
Oh wow. Okay. Hehehe. 25.
Definitely hit.
Sorry, can I get that laugh again? Just one more time.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna need that as a sound so I can make it my ringtone.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna make it my text
I
message.
know that one misses. That was an 11.
I'd
Mhm.
like to make that my Discord notification sound.
I don't
Here
know.
I go off all
Very
day
important
at work.
question. Does the ship that Drake and Lex have commandeered count as an improvised weapon?
Only if you pick it up and slam something with it.
Oh,
And the last
Amazing.
one, the last one
Definitely
is a 24.
Now, these are on different ones, or this is all the same one?
These are all on different ones. So 3 of them hit 3 different creatures.
All right. So the ones that are doing the most damage are 3 of the larger ones that look like. Actually, Val, you recognize it. You fought one before. Remember that winged thing that had all those little creatures with it that were turning invisible all the time?
Oh,
And the
hell.
winged thing would look like it was made of bones, but it had
Yeah.
like insect wings and a barbed tail.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This
I hate it.
is-
I hate it.
Breaking the
There's
eyesight,
3
food,
of
and
those
drink pool.
things?
There is actually 5 of those things.
Fuck, okay, but I'm hitting 3 of them.
You hit 3 of them.
All right. So the first one. First one will hit for 8 points of. I believe that's radiant damage.
I think it's
No,
fire damage. Yeah.
It's fire damage. It's just fire damage.
Let's see if he has any resistances.
Second one.
Okay.
Second one hits for 6 points of fire damage. And the third one. Will hit for 10 points of fire damage.
All your missiles fly out and hit you as the caster. You can feel them impact. You feel the flames rip, the energy of the flames disperse along them. The 3 that you hit turn and look up at you, and as your ship is going over their heads, and they all take wing and begin following.
Groovy.
So next,
I just turned back to Callie. We've got a tail. Well, 3.
3.
I don't have a tail right now.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew you were gonna say that. Yes.
So one of them comes flying up to house. What's his flying movement? Oh, it's only 40. So he basically is going to spend his entire turn moving, and he is still 20 feet off the back of the ship, but closing fast. The other one does. The other 2 do the same because they're basically taking off from the same area. So after that, it is Aom's turn.
I'm going to stand there and look pretty.
We approve. We approve.
Don't you have darts?
I do.
Okay.
All right, bring the trap.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't want to. You can just stand there and look very pretty.
My towel that's like flapping in the wind.
I don't have
Phrasing?
access to polymorph yet.
It's intentional phrasing, I think.
Cornflakes are my favorite cereal.
I'm actually a big fan of grape nuts.
How far are the ships behind us, right?
You mean the creatures?
Yeah, the tails, the things that are tails.
Yes. They're only 20 feet behind the ship.
Okay. How big are they?
Oh, guess who's here?
Oh my god, we're gonna get Deus Ex Machina by a flying
By a Pegasus.
by a Pegasus.
I would have
By
apologized.
lesbians on a Pegasus. I'm so excited.
Pegasus.
I would
Pegasus
apologize
lesbian.
for just throwing everything off, but I really wanted to be here.
No, we're glad.
We're
glad.
happy you're here.
I couldn't
Yes,
see all those
absolutely.
memes happening and not become a part of it. Like, seriously.
So now I have to fix this. Let's do
Oh.
this.
Yep.
I gotta fix all the cameras, so let's take a 5-minute break in the middle of
Sorry.
combat.
Sounds
That's
good.
all right. I will be
5 minutes
right back
of
while I
it.
fix all the cameras. It's chaos. It's chaos. We love you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Okay, yeah, no, we need to talk about this. We need
Yeah.
to talk about this.
Okay, we have recovered ourselves a Milagros, and the cameras are not the best alignment, but everyone's in the right place now, at least.
Are
And
they
so-
chaotic evil?
Everyone's chaotic evil. It's just the way we roll. What do you mean, hey?
I'm chaotic.
Neither-
Good, damn it.
I'm neither confirming nor denying
Give me credit.
chaotic nor evil vibes.
I will definitely co-sign on the chaotic.
I don't think anyone can deny chaos.
It is not my fault.
Not
Loki
here.
is my deity. Okay.
It isn't? Because I thought
No.
in that practice, you kind of
Your deity
chose.
picks your person. Picks the person. The person
Oh.
doesn't pick the deity.
Like the
Hi,
wands.
Hatha.
Yeah.
Hey, Atha.
Alpha.
All right, let's go ahead and get this Sheen on the road.
So just a quick summary. What did I miss? The memes said a lot, but just to make sure.
The meme sucks a lot.
We're still in that same fight scene. You didn't take Aeon with you because we needed a way to keep him involved. So now it's just you and Camille on the
We have
Pegasus.
no audio.
Oh,
What?
no audio?
Oh, dang it.
No audio.
Everybody's muted.
How dare you?
No, they're not. Fuck. The stream is fucked up. Hang on a second. We'll be right back.
Good.
Read the text, the little, you guys can see the words that are coming out of my mouth on the screen. We're going to be back in just a minute. Apparently something is still messed up with OBS, so we'll be right back.
Ready.
Let's do it.
That's something.
I will
let's
kill
blow
you if
some
you
stuff
breathe
up.
on me wrong. God,
have-
that's hot.
No, literally, that's their entire
Literally.
relationship.
I will murder you. Yes, please.
Yes, please. They brawl
Talk
regularly.
more.
Say more right now.
I also really love that in Kira and Menkari's relationship, he's like, I'm an ancient pharaoh. I'm literally the richest man on earth. And she's like, I don't need somebody for that. Take me home. I have work
Like,
tomorrow.
bitch,
And he's like, I would do anything for you. And she's like, I don't need you to do anything for me. Leave me alone. He's like,
I need you to walk away.
no,
Actually,
literally.
hold on. There's a Disney character that perfectly sums this up.
All right.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh,
I
know where you're going with this.
Fadus.
What a woman.
Literally. No, for real.
Literally.
I'm
That
just
is the
sad
vibe
that
like
Kira
90%
didn't.
of the time.
I'm just sad that Kira didn't get more development later in the series. She only gets like that one book, but she's killer. I love her. Also, Veritas has autism. No, I will not be taking criticism. She's had autism for 6,000 years, and no one told her, and she's just been raw dogging it this whole time.
You know what? That is
Phrasing.
That is fair. God.
No.
Yes.
I just, oh my gosh, when I found out that Veritas and Ian were gonna be like the ship for Ian, I lost my mind because I love the like super strict character A and then like complete lovable asshole scoundrel character B, and then they fall in love. Oh, it's the best! It's the best!
Oh man, wait till you start reading the Kim Harrison books. Just wait. Just wait. There's a lot of scoundrel to go around.
Yeah,
Phrasing?
phrasing.
And I'm pretty sure that scoundrel would say it exactly that way too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in a British accent.
Oh, they're all British. They're
Always.
all British, which is really funny to me.
All right, with this particular scoundrel, he's not British, but he fakes a British accent fairly well. But the other love interest is like, man, I see through your bullshit.
Aha.
Stop with the accent.
There's a
my
recovery
God.
mode. God. All right, going live.
All right.
Who's gonna fake
And
a
we're
British
back!
accent?
Wait, what?
I
Who's
suppose
gonna
I can
fake
do
a
it.
British accent?
Really bad.
The worse it is, the better it is.
It's mine switches between like regular proper British and Cockney.
Yeah, I can only do Cockney.
Even better.
Right, well, so we're gonna raid the bank, and we're gonna...
Hey, ladies
Hey,
and
no,
gentlemen,
keep going.
Sorry about that. Massive technical issues. I literally had to reboot my entire machine.
It's not my fault.
It is completely your fault, and you standing in the corner for the rest.
Standing?
Don't
Because
corner.
I
Back,
did
Ray.
that.
Nobody says that to
Corner.
Mila. Take it back.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Don't you dare.
But I'm already technically in a corner. I'm in the upper corner.
All right. And the upper corner?
I'm in the upper corner.
You're kind of in upper middle, depending.
Is Ray not separate from the columns?
I mean,
never
he
separate.
is, but he's got his own corner. He put you in the corner of the group, but not the corner of the
The
screen.
DM corner,
corner of the
different
screen.
from the punishment corner.
we need a jail. We need a jail.
Oh my god,
spot.
can we have that, Ray? Can we
Oh,
have a
just
jail?
like a
no.
little drop down.
Yeah, we
You know
have
how
a
bad
jail.
that would get?
Just put a little
We're just
drop
all
down
in
of bars.
jail.
Okay, I'll create it, but Cassie's in charge of it.
Ooh, Cassie
get to
gets
put people
decide
in
who goes to jail.
Cassie's so wholesome.
Look!
though.
Oh
Like, I
no!
wanna
This
see how she
is
puts
how
in
horny jail starts. This is how horny jail starts.
What do you
No,
think its
no.
name is gonna
Doesn't
be?
we already have a conversation about horny jail today?
I'm just gonna live
Look,
in horny
all I'm
jail.
gonna say is this: horny jails are dangerous. It starts out as a horny jail. It ends as a horny orgy. Just saying.
No, we already decided it's a horny padded asylum
That's why we
where you're
go
all
there.
alone.
Yeah.
Look,
Why
I'm
would
not
you go to
saying
horny
that
jail?
joke in
Go to
here.
horny jail.
I'm not
Find
saying that
people.
joke in here. You know
What, you're
the
not gonna say
joke.
that joke on screen? On screen?
No.
I thought it was a polycule.
I'm not trying
I
to
thought that
get
was
us
the whole
slowed
point
down.
of
That's
this.
literally.
I mean, I
That's the
guess
whole
we're
point of
already
this.
in.
Sorry, that was a horny
We're
jail.
in.
So,
All right, so
So we go
last
find
we
your
left
I thought that was
off,
the end goal. Like that was the
that is what the
culmination of
flowchart
everything.
says.
last we
Welcome
left
back to
off
chaos.
before we went whichever direction we just went. It was Lex's turn.
Horny jail.
Oh no, we hadn't finished Aom's turn because Aom was still telling us what he was going to do.
All right.
Yes.
How big are the creatures?
These creatures are. Let me see how big they are. Okay, stop that.
We're gonna regret this.
Okay, so they stand roughly. Well, they're hunched over a lot, but when they extend out to fly, you can see that they're probably close to 9 to 10 feet tall.
Holy crap. All right. They count
Don't
as a
think about
shape.
taking them that way, Ao. Save yourself the trouble.
Phrasing!
I said what I said.
I'll take them anyway. I like. All right.
are
As
bony.
you should,
Tell me
Queen.
what the damn do.
As you should, Queen. That's a girl boss move.
Whole new meaning to the word bone devil.
Oh my god.
Is the bone getting
I'm a very aggressive bottom.
Power bottom.
Somebody put that on a shirt.
I'm
Power bottom
tired of
item has been
making
confirmed. It's
shirts.
going in the notes.
All right. Fuck, I shouldn't.
I shouldn't.
I'm drunk.
Do it.
I'm drunk. Fuck it.
Whatever
yeah,
you're
I'm just gonna
doing, do
jump
it.
at like. So how far behind the ship?
20
are they?
feet.
20
About
feet.
20 feet.
Okay, I can jump 20 feet easy.
You're jumping on one?
Yes.
Oh no, this is as dumb as my idea, but dumber. I can
I'm
teleport.
drunk though.
Oh,
I
that
have
doesn't make. Oh no, that makes it a disadvantage.
It does.
But don't you get advantage on the checks or something like that?
I think I do.
No.
Actually.
So it's gonna be a
I'm
shit
pretty sure
roll.
I've just canceled out. But Ray, what would you like me to roll to jump onto one of these?
Athletics or acrobatics?
I'll take acrobatics. 'cause that's
Okay.
better.
And
Take
you have one to
acrobatics
hand.
500 DM?
I've led a hit. Okay.
We also have bless for the entire party.
Yes.
Okay, and our bless is a D4.
Yes.
Okay.
That one.
EXE
Yeah, see, yeah.
Wait, how do you roll?
before the
Yeah,
stream
what's
went
it
down.
before we started?
Ah, that's
Crash.
better.
Got it. And that lasts for the entire fight, by the way.
Mhm.
That's a 22 then.
All right. So, what is your intention with this action? What are you trying to do?
I want to get within punching range, so I'm going to jump off the back of the ship, grab onto it so that I can start wailing on it.
You intend on hanging on to it.
If I can until it's dead.
Okay. So this is what I want you to do. Here, hang on one second. Because that just came out of nowhere. So, you are going to be... You can still do all your martial arts attacks. Oh, we got raided again! Crimson
What?
Lord, hey!
Super raid.
Oh, thank
Super
you,
raid!
Graham.
So, we are fighting a fight on airships. Our monk has just leapt from an airship to land on the back of a bone devil, where he is now hanging on and beating the shit out of it. So, Thank you very much for the raid, Grim Songbird. We love you very much, and we will dedicate this Bone Devil to you.
That doesn't
You
sound
don't know
right.
what you're getting into.
This is
Butcher
we're
real
literally
good.
creating a room in our Discord called Horny Jail because of these people. God,
What's
Cassie.
happening?
I will be a permanent resident.
And Cassie is the warden of Horny Jail.
Wait, I'm
You're
gonna
so
make that a
wrong.
role. I'm gonna make that a role in the server. EXE is
Warden
Meme
of Horny
Lord,
Jail.
and Cassie is Warden of Horny Jail.
I need a crown. I'm buying a crown. That's my next. That's
Wait,
my
should
next
we have a
adventure.
role of
What, a
currently in
crown but not a
Hornydale that
police
Cassie
hat?
can apply to people?
No, police hats are for strippers.
Discord, we'll see. The biggest problem is
It's Horny
all
Jail.
all the cast members can create roles, and Malagos has been doing so.
I only made one.
I know.
Now I'm gonna make another, and then that's it. I'm never stopping.
I know.
Cassie,
The
what
Power
color
has
would you
infected
like?
them.
All right,
What colors do
so
I want?
yeah.
What are available
Oh.
colors?
Pretty much
I
anything.
know there's a ton.
oh god,
There's teal, green, blue.
There, you can make
purple,
custom colors.
Hot pink.
So Aom, I need you to start rolling me a
hot
tackle.
pink.
Okay, I can do
Hot
that.
pink.
You're hanging on with one hand. You kind of gotten your knees underneath you on its back. Its insect-like wings are fluttering to either side of you, and you're just like holding on to one like an exposed collarbone. And you're just pummeling it in the back
Punching
of the
it in the
head.
Perfect. That's
There you
exactly what
go.
I wanted.
I'm
It's gonna
glad
be
you're
a
happy.
really rough landing.
Okay, and then I gotta add my.
Oh god, you don't.
It's either gonna be a
Aeon
really
doesn't have
rough
to worry
landing or a
about
really
landing.
fun landing, or both.
And by the way,
Okay.
guys, I hope you all went to restroom during that extended break because we're not taking one. But we are going to do something else because and while Aeon gets ready to make his rolls,
Just a
I
second.
am going to start a little giveaway. So, for the next 20 minutes, if you follow us, you may type in a keyword into chat. The keyword is being displayed in chat right now. It is !vampire. And if you type that keyword into chat and you follow us, you will get a raffle ticket. Now that raffle ticket will qualify you to win this. This is our D&D Blood Right Red Rain miniature from Archvillain Studios. This miniature is actually a 3D printed mini that you can only get if you have a 3D printer and you buy this file from Archvillain Games. This is called the Dreadwright, and it is a undead knight on an undead dragon. The base is about 3 inches across. The wingspan obviously is huge. It's a gorgeous mini, and we'll be giving away to one lucky winner at the end of the month where we're going to total all the raffle tickets up, and every raffle ticket is going to equal one chance to win. If you subscribe to our channel, you get 2 tickets every time you type in the keyword. And if you want to keep track of the tickets, you can go join our Discord, which is in chat right now. And if you join our Discord, you'll be able to see who has how many tickets at any one time. But remember, and so it just takes 1 ticket to win, but you can enter every single show we have. We have 4 nights a week that we currently broadcast. So if you guys want a chance to win, please go. We love to win as well. So get in there, type !vampire, and join our Discord so you can keep track. And we'll be doing the drawing is getting ready to be soon. The drawing is going to be happening on this show on the 20th. No, sorry. It's going to be happening
No.
on the Firefly show
Catching
on
the
the
Veil.
1st. Yeah. Happening on the Firefly show on the 1st. And I'm gonna actually on the 29th, I'll put up the pictures for the new contest of what we want to try and do as a So we'll put and that's gonna go up in Discord too. So back to Aeon pummeling the shit out of this guy.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if a 17 hit, so I didn't want to keep rolling.
17 does not hit,
Damn it. Okay.
but you have bless on every single roll. So
Oh
That's
my
true.
god, that's pain.
roll your bless dice.
Is it an 18 hit? What?
These guys,
They are.
Except they're not. They're literally bones.
And made them both.
and literally what you're doing is you're punching these bones, and like it's just solid fucking.
That shit hurts.
That's what she said.
Oh my god, you're rock hard.
Now she's gonna be fired from. Oh,
no.
How hard is the boat?
so hard. Oh my god.
do like
it's so
the
hard.
It's rock hard in a funky place, buddy. That's where we're at.
I don't know where my key points are on my character sheet, so I'm just gonna roll flurry of blows. That's worse.
Well, remember, you have
I
bless on
can't hit
every
it
attack.
with the
Use your
bless, so I'm
bless.
not
Use
gonna
your
roll.
bless.
But I can't hit it with it.
Oh yeah, because an 18.
Even if I
would
got a
hit.
4, it would.
Right. You gotta. Yeah. You're right.
I could try one more time. Wow, that is terrible. Okay,
Man,
I
D&D Beyond hates you.
D&D Beyond hates me. Yeah, Aom is just hitting the crap out of it.
Yeah, there's dust going off of it and shit, and it's like all trying to get you off its back. But
Aom
you're
looks
on
at like
there.
Val from the back of the ship and just like shrugs like.
Holding off one hand, shrugging with
Yeah.
the other. All right,
Just
so
hanging onto this thing's clavicle, just like.
Lex, you're in the back seat of the smaller ship. You guys are coming flying down around. You're still about 40 feet away from the barge, but you're still like 200 feet away from the where the enemy is, where the general is. But you can see that about 60 feet away and a little bit higher than you to the left is the pirate ship still floating up in the air. So you're kind of lined up with the general. Are you going to hold your shots and continue to just ride along, or what are you going to do?
No, Lex is gonna hold the shots until Drake gives the signal to fire.
All right. So after Lex, the Bone Devil that Aom is on is not happy with the situation at all.
Awesome.
Oh, he didn't get
The
Nice to meet
only-
you, friend.
Huh?
Nice to
So
meet you, friend.
Does it like force hugs?
the only attack he has is... Oh no, he can use that too. I'll give him disadvantage for those though, because that's really impossible. So he takes the pole arm in his hand and he starts just shoving it over his back shoulder. He's gonna have disadvantage to try and hit you with that.
Yay.
I shouldn't have
I
been
love you
allowed
guys
in.
so much. I love you guys so much.
This is what I come back
I
to.
don't want to look at chat. I don't want to look at chat.
Go.
I don't want to look at
Go.
Actually, I think you need to put
Go.
Milagros in horny jail now.
Oh my!
Oh, I said I
frickin'
was
God.
gonna live in horny jail. I said I was gonna live there.
Should we
And-
have a role that is now members of horny
It
jail?
rolled a
Members, you
it
say?
rolled a 26 and a 20.
Holy crap.
Damn.
You take 16 points of damage
That's-
as the blade of the pole arm just like kind of just slices you.
Oh no, does
Wow.
it cut the towel?
Oh, he's losing the
Oh,
With
towel.
my luck, it probably cuts my jacket.
And the other attack is actually with the stinger, which is kind of just like it's on its back, or you're on its back already, so it doesn't get disadvantage for this.
What?
As its tail comes up and over and tries to stab you.
Like a scorpion.
Like a scorpion.
If
You
it
mean
misses and it
penetrate.
accidentally hit itself.
Penetrating indeed.
Penetrating indeed.
Penetration.
All right, so it does.
What were you getting, Bone? Sorry. I just read
Yeah,
that.
I thought that.
Okay, I made a horny jail channel in general channels because it's not show related. You
It is
shouldn't
not
have made
show
me a
related.
mod. You shouldn't have made me a mod. This
I
is
can
your
take it
mistake.
away. I can
Do it.
and it hits you with the tail spike.
Oh,
Oh,
alright.
no.
I need you to make me. Oh, hey, thank you very much for the follow. Remember, if you're following us, go ahead and make sure you type exclamation point chat into exclamation point vampire into chat so you can be entered to win the monthly giveaway for the mini. It's got 12 more minutes.
Not sorry you did this to yourself.
I would love to know what made them hit follow. Like which joke? Which
Well, it was
joke
like,
was the
yep,
one?
this is
They
it.
were like, yeah.
This is my home now.
Yep.
All right, so
This is where I
Elm,
live.
I need you to make me a what type?
this all happened because none of us let the
A con
bathers do their
save.
job.
Conte. Oh,
Yes.
great.
The pirates are actually just the bathers, and they're really mad at us.
Can I actually do
See,
well on
see, this is
con-
why I
Didn't
was
wanna be
interested.
bathed.
But I was interested.
That is
But
more
no,
than enough.
just shot down
So-
immediately.
One sec. I still got. +2.
He's gonna add 22, more than enough.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
die,
it
guys.
does
Not again.
6 points of piercing damage and 12 points of poison damage.
Oh, I got 1 hit point, baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Dude, it fucking rolled insane for that halberd attack.
Damn.
All right, so that is that was the Bone Devil's turn. Another Bone Devil is still going. No, that one's already gone. I forgot. Utopia, did you? I'm gonna roll your. You need to roll initiative in D&D Beyond.
Oh, it's D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're using D&D Beyond.
Yeah, because
Boundary's being weird.
Founder's being a bitch.
Oh, okay.
Being a
I
bitch.
just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Hello. Okay. Campaigns. Kingdoms of Mist. Do I?
Launch your character sheet.
Yeah, just view character sheet.
Okay. Meow. 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 Oh my God. Where do I roll?
And there should
Just
be a
click on
box that says
initiative.
initiative. It's in kind of the middle at the top, right below your proficiency, right beside your armor class, to the left of your armor class. And just, just to the right of all the skill, the top of the skill.
Oh, come on, man!
What'd you do?
I rolled a 2.
Oof.
Dude, everyone roll bad on initiative.
Yeah,
You
I
rolled-
rolled
Uh,
I
Except
think
for
the Amlex
that.
rolled a 2 as well.
Yep, that is a 2. I see. All right. So you're actually at the right spot now because you're at the last one in initiative.
Save
So-
me, Queen.
I was gonna say, now I need to fly in and get him!
So I'm going to cheese ball a little bit because Utopia was late for really good reasons. So, Utopia, as you were flying back, I want to ask you one question. You had Camille on the back of the Pegasus.
Mhm.
Would you have taken the time to take her back to the ship and drop her off on the deck of the ship?
Yes.
So you dropped Camille off, kind of like as you were dropping her off. You know, they've gotten the ship righted, and the ship is actually kind of lifting off. As you're landing, as you were coming into land, you saw a barge, one of the skiffs, leave the ship, going the opposite direction. It looked like it was piloted by Val's friend. And so as you land and drop Camille off, she kind of looks up at you and she says, "I want you to be careful, but kick ass." Kind of slaps the Pegasus on the ass, and the Pegasus all by itself just jumps up and starts flying. And in your head, you said, "She likes me. She really likes me."
Yes, he does!
Yay!
And you basically follow the skiff as it goes down and around. And as you are doing this, you're kind of trailing behind. You're weaving through the trees that are that support the city. And you come around, and as you come around, you see that the skiff is now has 3 of those huge bone devils, those flying devils that look like they're made of bone, and they're all carrying halberds. You see Aeom leap off the back of the fucking skiff and land on one of their backs, start trying to pummel it, and then he gets stabbed with its halberd, and then you see the stinger come up and stab him in the back between the shoulder blades. And he does not look good at all. So what are you gonna do?
I gotta go get him!
Are you gonna just snatch him off the back of the thing?
Yeah!
I need you to do 2 things for me. I need you to make me a pilot vehicle you don't have, so you're just gonna make me a straight
Animal
vehicle off
handling?
of wisdom or intelligence.
Please be wisdom. I'm stupid.
Animal handling is wisdom. So she's
Oh no, this would be
piloting.
animal handling, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's riding this thing. Okay, so make me an animal handling check, and you have advantage because this is your bound mount.
Okay, how do I?
Go to your
Oh,
skills list.
Oh fuck. Okay, I rolled a 14, but I
Rolled it
didn't know how
normal?
to do it with advantage.
So just roll it again.
Oh, okay.
So you got a 16 total.
Okay.
So you successfully, because you got a telepathic link with your mount. So you
Yeah.
successfully tell your mount what you want to do, and as your mount begins banking around, because this is a flying saddle, because it comes with everything it needs. You literally, as it's flying around, you literally tie off the straps that lock you saddle either side,
Nice.
and you begin banking around. You're kind of coming in almost sideways as it's flying in, and you're gonna have to reach out and grab Aeon. So what I need you to do is I need you to make me a grapple attack on Aeon. That was gonna be under attack action. If you use your unarmed strike, that's gonna be it.
Not a strength, athletics, or grappling.
She has to make a strike first, and then she makes
Ah,
If she,
I feel
if
like-
she, if she impacts with the hit, then she does no damage, but she gets to make the athletics roll to basically grab him. And the only reason I'm doing that is because she's got to get a good enough hold on him to pull him off the Bone Devil and pull him onto the Pegasus.
I
Legit.
feel like Frodo when Arwen grabs him and he's in like the wraith state.
Yeah.
He just sees like the glowing light as like Utopia comes in and saves him.
Okay, so it's unarmed. It's unarmed
This is the one
strike.
you
Yes,
want
if you
Yep.
go
go for.
to where your actions are and you hit the attack button, it
If you
says
see
there's
another
all
light
attack
Ow!
action happen.
I got an
You got blessed. Roll your
Oh
D4.
bless!
11. Okay.
I'm gonna fall to my death. Wait,
No!
I'm good at falling. I'm really good at falling.
Really good at falling.
Roll a d4. If you want to find your d4s,
Oh, I got a 4.
You got a 4, so that's a 15 Aeom's ACs.
Oh.
So,
Just
viewers,
miss him.
by the way, if you guys, it doesn't mean those demons is the mail.
Did I
Doesn't
just
mean that
kill
you pulled
Aeon?
him out. It means you literally missed the grab.
Wait,
Oh my
wait.
God. Oh my God.
I'm like angry.
Roll again!
No, it's not roll again. That's lend a hand. You gave her +1.
Ha!
And
Oh,
+1.
save that one in particular.
Oh, there's save that one in particular as well. That's
so actually that
bless.
+1
Oh my
does it.
God!
I got you.
Airstrike!
I got you. I got you.
Okay,
All
so
the things.
you may.
Everything
Here's the
rolls
way it's
like
gonna
hell.
work. You
Holy
can,
shit.
you can re-roll with
Okay.
Bless, which you already had. So whoever spent for that one in particular, that one. They already had Bless. They can't have double Bless.
Dang it.
But you have a +1, and you got to re-roll, and the re-roll is on with a +1, plus your Bless.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
So it's a 17 plus 1 is a
Ooh,
19,
yeah.
and then roll the Bless dice.
3. So I got a
That's
21.
That's 21. So you
Okay.
successfully grab Aeom. Now I need you to make me an athletics roll.
Okay.
And now this is going to be at a threshold value. Normally it's contested, but I'm going to assume that Aeom would not try and resist.
I'm
So
Okay,
this is going to be a contested roll, but only against a fixed target number that I have in my head. So I need you to make me an athletics roll.
And don't
You
forget
still
that
have
bless.
bless. Don't forget
The
bless.
Bless.
Ooh.
Beyond hate speed.
What the
Oh
fuck? You know what? I
God.
don't trust this. I'm gonna refresh the.
Not gonna matter with the die
It's
roller.
not gonna matter.
No. For rolling the bless, I don't want it to also
Oh.
give me a 1.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna die.
I got a 3.
Okay. You got a 3? Didn't come up.
Yeah, not showing for me
Yeah.
either.
12.
I'm sorry, Mila, to do this to you.
Do I try that?
I can.
You
45
pull.
sessions.
You grab. You grapple.
I
You get a
I
hold of Aeom. You go to pull him off saddle, the back of the Bone Devil. As you pull him off the back of the Bone Devil, you're getting him onto the saddle. Both straps break, and you're both falling.
Oh, no!
Oh no! What? No!
Well, at least we're both gonna die. Okay.
No,
I
no,
would-
no!
I wouldn't
no.
be okay if it was just him.
Aeon will be
I wouldn't
fine.
Okay
be
if it's
that.
just me, but it's not okay if it's you.
Aeon's
I
fine.
can die, but you can't.
Aeon's a monk. He's not gonna do shit. He's gonna land on his fucking feet.
Fuck, how do I save you?
No, they only have fall damage. They don't become immune to it.
It's true.
He can run
Doesn't he
down
have
a wall as
slow
he's
fall or-
falling.
Something?
No. No.
Oh no, he doesn't have that
damage
ability
now.
yet.
Yeah.
It only has damage.
Yep. All right, so
But I mean, Utopia, if I remember correctly, does have wings of light.
That's right.
Thank
So-
God for that.
but that is the end of Utopia's turn.
Well, it was nice knowing y'all.
Val? You're up.
No, not my new master.
Shit, like Val has seen all this happen. He's like, yeah! But there doesn't seem to be anything that Val can do to arrest any momentum or any of that. And even if I were to be able to teleport to them, I would have to also be able to teleport back, and I can't with people. I can only teleport myself. At least as far as I know. So I'm gonna move on with the plan and hope that Utopia knows what she's doing. I'm gonna trust
Does
in my
she
kid. I'm gonna trust in my kid to get them out of this. And I'm assuming that by now we have moved within range, Ray.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh God, please let this work, please let this work, please let this work. And I am going to look at Big Dummy, and I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Cool.
I will
Before
take
you
the-
cast Hypnotic Pattern, you can cast Teleport on other people. But it only
Oh,
has
can I?
It only has a 10-foot.
Do I have? I don't think I have. I don't have the spell teleport.
Oh, okay. I thought
No,
you were
because
saying
I was referring to like my shadow,
Oh,
movement.
yeah. You also need shadows, and there's not shadows in midair.
Exactly. That's where I was going.
All right, so you are casting what now?
I'm casting Hypnotic Pattern on the big demon, the demon leader.
Gotcha.
And for that, I'm going to need a wisdom save. It's a 30-foot cube, so him and whoever's within that 30-foot cube.
Okay, so he definitely.
Shit.
Yep. And everything.
Like he makes it, but everyone else gets fucked up.
I would love that. And I want him to be just fucking confused about it.
One. What's your DC?
15.
Fails. Ah! Roll damage on. I know. I re-rolled their hit points.
Oh no.
Oh, wow. Yes.
So last one, because there's 3 of them. I'm making the little ones just fail. Oh fuck! He failed too, really bad. So
Okay.
out of the 3, what are obviously lieutenants standing around him, 2 of them are locked. One of the lieutenants is not, and he looks like a bone. He's another bone devil. And the big guy, the general, is not. The general, you recognize the general's appearance now, because you're concentrating on him right now. Remember that bone devil that was in the basement? Not bone devil. Remember that that horned devil that was in the basement of Utopia's parents' mansion?
I sure do.
He's supposed to be gone for 100 years because y'all killed him.
Yep.
The hell?
Back.
As I recognize him, I'm gonna point. Bitch, you're supposed to be dead.
This bitch.
Bitch. All right, so after Val, it is Drake. All right, Drake.
All right. I take it that was a signal. I ain't asking questions.
We have our Drake armed and locked. All right, so you are exactly 200 feet away from him. It depends on what you intend on doing. You need to describe to me what your intent is.
So, considering how we know these weapons work, I am not going to reiterate the physics because we already discussed this previously.
Ew.
We know that it essentially launches them off the forward momentum. The moment that ship stops, torpedoes go burr. So the goal is to go really fast and then stop so the torpedoes can go burr.
Yep.
Really glad you dumbed that down for us. I needed
Thank
that.
Thank you for the
I
explanation.
appreciate
And
when you
launch
said that earlier, and I was like,
all four
okay,
of the,
now I get it.
That would make
torpedoes
sense.
directly at the fucker.
Thank you for
All
coming
right.
to Drake's TED Talk.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to Drake's TED Talk. So,
Like,
how far do you want to travel to make this happen?
You said 200?
Uh-huh. How close are you going to get to him?
Well, we need to be going fast enough if they're going to do damage.
Remember, they technically have explosive heads. As Liz chokes.
At least he's not choking on explosive heads.
I was
Ow!
gonna say it
No!
until someone else said it, and then he said it, and now I just don't want to say it.
It's just that there it is. There it
It's
is.
there.
Look, don't open the door unless you want me to see what's inside. Just saying.
phrasing?
Inside
see
what?
I'm just seeing what's inside, but
That's
walking
what
right
she
on in.
proclaimed.
Everyone's gonna be, all of you. I am putting you all in horny jail when we get into this school. You understand what I'm saying? Everyone's going into horny jail.
So the
Oh,
polycule
no.
together.
is central.
No, we're
Polycule.
not there.
That really is a
Anywhere,
polycule.
please, but there.
Anywhere but horny.
Oh
Please,
no. Whatever shall I do?
Oh man.
Trapped
The
in a
warden and
room
horny.
together.
I am
Alright.
the warden.
So, considering we have no idea of the blast radius, but we know we need to pick up speed.
Yeah, you haven't seen these harpoons.
I'm gonna give it about 30 feet away from them before stopping.
All right. I need you to make me. Yeah, gonna make me the. Since all you're doing is you're going in a straight line and coming to a dead stop. You're still going. No, it can be athletics or.
Alrighty, we're gonna use acrobatics. And should I feel this is not going well after I roll bless, I'm going to use one of my psionic die. Let me roll that bless. Coming to a grand total of 23.
All right. You just hyper focus. Vision is locked in on him. Slam down the. You think about moving as fast as possible, and in the blink of an eye, you are like within 30 feet, and you draw it to, and the ship comes to a complete stop. I need Drake and Lex
Oh damn.
make me
Oh damn.
strength saving throws.
Oh, okay. I'm actually good
Oh.
Yeah. Lex is fine. Drake just implodes.
Drake just goes wee.
at that.
Glad I have bless. I don't think bless is gonna help unless somebody wants to save my ass.
Oh, wait.
I got you, bestie.
Oh, appreciate it.
So Lex has a what, 20 total?
Yes, I think.
Thank you. Let's try that one again. Or it just says "fuck me" anyway. Oh wait, no, it might not. Hold on. I don't know what the DC for this is.
And this is why he lives in Porty jail.
Fuck.
Ah,
Yeah. All right. So
Damn.
let's go ahead and do this. Are
Is
you?
this how we get TPK'd? This feels like a TPK.
this is how we die.
All right.
Drake is a bottom, but we're talking about Sam.
Now hold on a minute. What do you mean Drake is a bottom?
We decided. It
So-
was decided like 2
No,
sessions ago.
Canonical.
It's in the notes.
Lex, you're not raging, right?
No.
Okay. Should we gate the bless? So, Lex, you take 10 points of basically force damage
Okay.
as you feel joints popping as your harness is holding you in, but your body is slammed into it, and you almost feel like your shoulder is being dislocated by the harness. You feel ribs. You flex your abdominal muscles to hold your ribs up, and you know your ribs are being crushed in. Breath just rushes out of your lungs. Drake, you take 21 points.
Oh, that hurt.
Was it 36?
Was not 36.
No, I was at 36.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm at.
Less than that.
Less than that.
You're at 15.
Yeah, because no math. We're not doing math.
no.
We don't do math on
We
Pride.
don't do math.
Oh, I just did the math. I'm sorry.
I'm letting
And-
D be on no math.
And
Into
now I'm
math
at
jail.
21, which puts me at 15.
15
Brinks just said that.
I'm still up.
are still up. So now you're at a dead stop. When we get to Lex's action is when, because everything's supposed to happen simultaneously. So at Lex's
Well,
action,
because I held my last action
Yes.
for the signal to fire.
no, you did. So I want you to go ahead and you're trying to basically pull. You're pulling, like the G's are throwing you forward, and you're trying to pull the levers back.
Back.
Whoever designed
Actually, and
this is
if
an
suddenly
idiot.
we went, as soon as we started to go fast, her hand's already on it, we'll kind of already be going back.
Right, but when
Actually,
we go
Because G's pull you
stop,
back
we're
into
gonna
your
fly
speed.
forward.
Well,
So, I need you to make me another strength check to pull the levers.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Oh shoot.
and this is just a check. Less good at those, but it's got less. We're gonna hope. Oh, hey!
Cool, yeah.
That is a 20 before the bless.
Just yanks the handles right off.
So that's a 21.
So basically, as you come to that lurking stop, all your blood's rushing to the front of your head, but you still have the presence of mind to just rip the two levers back. All the straps loosen, and you see all the ballista boats just keep going on the same trajectory, flying off.
Nice.
They're all headed directly for him. Let me see. This is not magic, so
Yay.
I'm gonna make a dex save. Oh. Him to make a dex save. He did. He takes half.
The whole ship.
Him to make a
just
dex
exploded.
He's got. Oh shit! He should have taken that at disadvantage because he's frozen. And I need him to make a dex save at disadvantage. Roll the other half of the. He rolled really shitty in the first roll, so I wasn't gonna roll another one, but he might roll one. I'm gonna roll another one. He
You
didn't.
can roll on one. You
And
can
then this
roll
one
on
is
one.
gonna roll at disadvantage because he is also frozen. All right. So you release this ballistas, and they shoot out forward. As they're shooting forward, have this one thought in your head. Never saw what these actually do,
We have no idea. We just trusted the process.
and you just released 6 of them
Mm.
all at once.
All at once.
So I've got to roll this 6 separate times, but I've got to
Yeah.
roll 8d6 6 separate times.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Now, is that for like 8d6 versus like other ships and whatnot, or is that kind of like in some games where it's like, oh, this is meant for ships? If you use it
Oh
on
no,
people,
no, no,
there's
no,
a
no.
multiplier.
This is there's a trait, I can't remember what it's called, but it makes you do extra damage against structures.
Structure. Oh yeah.
Siege.
Siege. Yeah.
Siege
Siege
weapons.
weapons.
So these are siege weapons. It doesn't do anything against NPCs or PCs, but those ballistic bolts that hit the ship up above, that ship's probably not in the best shape. All right.
Nice.
We didn't want that pirate ship.
Yeah, I was
right?
about to say, we're not going to have a pirate ship.
Well, you're not shooting the pirate ship right
Oh, I thought this was firing at
Yeah.
the pirate ship.
now. No, this is
No.
firing at the commander.
Oh,
Oh.
he's considered to see a structure.
No.
He should be, because he should be dead. He's
He
not.
might about
Raggedy
be.
bitch.
Wait,
If
did
we're
we just
lucky-
wipe out half a town?
No, but if he might be part of the landscape here real soon. You know, bits and
So,
pieces of him there, up there.
I need
Pass it.
Right.
I like it.
Well, what if these hit the town?
We did.
He's actually
we
sitting,
just
he was actually still sitting outside the town.
Okay.
So you did not kill the town.
Okay.
There's one...
Drake wouldn't fire on civilians. He doesn't want to create more people like him.
Five.
Ooh, damn. Ouch.
A little insight into Drake's backstory right here on Kingdoms of Mist.
And now Ray's going to use that against you. Now you're going to kill all the civilians.
No, all the
Indeed.
civilians are on fire.
Yeah.
2 of the ballista bolts just go unerringly out of direction and they hit an orphanage.
They just like
Yeah. Vaporize 10 children.
Well, you know what? If they're dead, they can't be like me.
All the children survive, but they're horribly burnt and maimed.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Oh no! It's like Vader after
And
after
they
he
were
got
all
Kenobi,
scheduled to be
but as
adopted
children.
tomorrow.
they can still be
I
adopted.
can't.
They're
I
alive.
can't go after another orphanage. I've already blown up one orphanage. I can't do it again.
Oh, damn.
One is enough.
It was
Why are
fine.
you blowing up
It was-
orphanages?
Did
You know,
we
'cause it was
mention
run
all the
by demons.
orphans were
Wait.
blind?
Technically, I've blown up 2. The second orphanage was a fighting pit, though.
What?
Hey yo!
Were the
It's
orphans
fine.
out?
Don't worry about it.
Did you let the orphans out at first?
The orphans were slaves.
But did you still blow them up? That's not
We-
good.
We tried to liberate them.
Okay.
I think we
Really
did
hard,
liberate them.
almost.
I'm pretty sure we liberated them. It's fine because one of them is my
Allegedly.
girlfriend now. Some of them at least got out.
Oh, feels bad.
Who feels bad? All right, so the 2 bone devils that were frozen are blown to pieces. This is not fire damage. It looks like a fireball, but this is all concussive force. This is force damage. Because
Nice.
this is literally an explosion. So they're blown to pieces. The one that made his save and the general, are going to take 69 points of
Yes!
damage each.
Yes.
Appropriate.
Very
Appropriate.
Legit.
Very,
Warden
very.
approved.
Legit.
Yes.
Warden approved.
Gordon approved.
Warden approved.
Fucking horny jail is gonna be so fun.
Wait, can I make your nickname List the Warden?
This isn't the warden.
Oh
Cass
wait,
is the
no,
warden.
sorry. Cast the Warden.
I'm cool with it.
Cast the Warden.
Oh my god.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
You're
we
welcome.
are.
You're welcome.
Only on days that end in
You
Y.
love us.
We're
You can't get rid of us now.
We're like
Or
tumors.
days that start with T. Today,
All
tomorrow,
right, today, tomorrow. All right,
Tuesday,
so
Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
oh my god. So that happened on Drake's turn. On his turn, which comes right after Drake's turn, the commander of the armies points at the little ship you're in, pulls his hand back and throws it, and a ball of fire comes flying at your craft.
Great
Shit,
balls
shit,
of
shit,
fire.
shit, shit.
Oh my god, he sucked. He misses. The ball just flies
Nice.
by, explodes somewhere else, killing some innocent orphans.
Ah,
He's distracted because I
Not
called
the
him a
orc.
raggedy bitch.
You called him a raggedy bitch. It totally broke his concentration.
Yep. Hurt his
Good
fucking
facts.
feelings. Good.
All right. I so didn't want to say it too. Trying to fight Sid, but I just didn't.
But you have to.
I have to
Callie,
say
it's your
it.
turn.
It is my turn. Okay. Are there still those
Save
little
my
flying
kids!
fuckers?
They're
On the-
they're all over the. They're way up on the pirate ship. That's where they went. That's where they.
Okay, they went up there.
There are little
Ew.
fuckers who are all over the place, roaming around below you, but they don't seem to be that much of a threat. It is the devils that seem.
Okay, how far away are the devils? The closest devils.
20 feet behind you.
About 20. Okay, so they are still flying behind us.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Dope.
Yep.
Dope. Dope. Dope.
Dope,
How
dope.
many are
Don't
there?
forget, you also
There's like
have
3 of
the bardic inspiration as well.
Bardic inspiration.
Are they grouped up nice and close?
They're within like 20 feet of each other.
Okay. That doesn't really work too nice. Oh well, I'll do it anyway. We're going to cast Call Lightning right above us.
Have clouds?
Mm-mm.
I summon a cloud.
Oh, it instantly summons a cloud now.
Yep, stored cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall and 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see within range directly above you.
Ooh.
So I just made I made a sadness cloud above me,
Oh, you made an anger.
an angry cloud above me, and I'm gonna
Wait, a sexy.
sexy angry
Because
cloud.
we are all
Sexy.
going to horn.
Sexy angry.
All right, so you're calling lightning.
Sure.
Call lightning.
How many? I take it has an AOE effect.
It is an AOE, but I can basically point at a creature and cause them make a dex save as I shoot lightning at them from my cloud of anger.
And Felix Finger has called the lightning.
Awesome.
All right, so
Awesome.
they have to make dex saves.
So each creature within 5 feet of a point. So I'm gonna point at the center guy, knowing it's probably not gonna catch either of the other
Okay.
ones because they're not within the 5.
A dex.
Dex save.
Crappy dex.
Fail.
Yay.
First one. Oh my.
Good.
So he fails. Second one. He rolled really good. So he makes it. The third one. He actually made it. So 2 pass, 1 fails.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure it. Okay, so it's half on success.
Yes.
So roll
Oh,
it up.
that damages.
I can't math. 16 is full damage.
Full damage.
Nice.
And I just have concentration on this giant, sexy cloud of thunder for 10 minutes.
All right, there's that. All right, so the damage is applied. So next is
Isn't it
one of the
Aeon?
ones you just hit with lightning.
Let's go.
So he makes the last 20 feet, and he pulls himself up onto the deck. And instead of like beelining for you, Callie, because you just hurt him real bad, and instead of running for Val or Aeom, he pulls back the halberd and swings it.
No.
I'm looking at you. Looking at you, angry guy.
Val's going Super Saiyan.
He's
Oh,
gonna go Super
fuck.
Saiyan.
He
Oh
missed so
boy.
Oh wait,
Oh,
yeah.
thank
No,
God.
Even with my +1, I don't get it. I had a
Oh
+1.
my God.
I don't
Okay.
get it. So he swings at that, and then he is going to fire a stinger out at Callie. Oh my God! A natural 1.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Feel my wrath.
You'd be
Take
on
that, all of you. All of you bone devils, and suck it, for I am Val.
Wow.
My angry growls will make you
That's
miss.
blasphemy.
Blast for me, blast for you, blast for
All right.
everybody in the room.
That guy's gone. Aom, you're up.
I am falling to my death.
What are you going to do?
Okay.
Fall to my death.
Fall to my death.
Fall to my death.
I accept it.
I don't accept it.
I
don't
accept my
it.
fate. I'm going to become a cushion for Utopia.
For Utopia.
Absolutely
Wait,
fucking
is
not.
that an option? Is that an option?
No,
No,
no.
not
One
at
of
all.
us
She's
go,
still
both
gonna
of us
stay
go.
down.
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay, fine.
I will let
All
you
right.
do one thing. It
Okay.
is really cool, but it's going to be a disadvantage.
All right.
You may attempt, as you're falling down into the city, reach out and catch a window ledge, the edge of anything. You may make me, and this is going to have to be athletics because you're going to have one hand to do it with, because I'm thinking you're going to want to try and hang on to Utopia with the other hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So this is only an athletics roll. It can't be acrobatics because you're just literally just grabbing and hanging on. So you can make me an athletics roll at disadvantage and try and catch on to something.
That's a great devil's bargain, right? I love it. I'm
I
taking
love
it.
devil's bargains.
I live for devil's bargains. I'm a gambler at heart. Okay. Athletics. +4. Fantastic. 13 plus my bless
God bless.
is... That's 15. That's better, but it's probably not good enough.
19 actually.
19.
Wait.
Yeah, it came.
Oh,
It
it's a
came
oh shit! Sorry, my bad.
I was gonna say it's a 17 on the check, and I'm not good at math.
I didn't add my bonus.
Oh, I know.
Ah,
So you reach out and you grab a hold of like you just catch a window seal. You're holding on to Utopia. She goes flying by you, and you just swing around with all the weight. Hang on to that window seal. Utopia slams into the side of the building beside you. Aom, take you take 5 points of damage. That is literally just force damage, and it's just all on your joints as you.
Let me just stop you there, Ray.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Okay, no, that's no problem.
No, not
That's no
dead.
problem. Wait, you're
I'm
unconscious.
unconscious.
Utopia. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage from slamming into the wall,
Yeah, that's no fucking problem.
and fall the 20 feet left ground,
Okay.
which is another 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Big fucking deal. My friend's dead.
Aom
Unconscious.
lands in a heap beside you and auto fails 1 death save.
oof.
Because you took damage when he's dead
Or unconscious.
or unconscious.
Bleeding out.
Sorry, he took damage when he was unconscious. But he did save you from taking a lot more damage.
Sure did. Jeez.
Lex, you're up.
Okay, so we are in the ship. The fireball just sailed past us. We kind of waved as it passed. I'm
I
in a
forgot
lot
to
of
do one
pain.
thing. Fuck. I forgot to do one thing, so because I forgot to do one. Fuck. When all that went off, your ship was caught in the fireball.
Dex save?
I need
Nope, we're in luck.
I need Break to make me a dex save. The ship
evasion's
takes
a
the
thing.
brunt of the damage. But if the ship gets taken out, the remaining damage goes over to you.
Sam, roll high.
And then the
Please
ship
roll.
crashes. Luckily enough, you stopped. But you are going to fall from about 30 feet up. About 30.
Well, luckily, evasion is the thing.
You can't use your evasion.
I can't.
It's the ship that's making. The ship doesn't have evasion.
Oh.
Damn.
Plus, isn't it that if it only targets you, it doesn't count with AoEs?
No, it's specifically AoEs. Anything that requires me to make a deck save.
No, you can use evasion.
So that would allow me to, if a 26 negates everything.
You definitely pass. So you basically managed to keep the ship stable in the air as this rocketing fireball goes flying around you. You both kind of like duck down into the hull of the ship as this goes over, and you can feel the heat and the force, and the ship kind of even rocks up and rolls backwards a little bit because the wave of force and concussive force, and you see when you come up out of the cockpit, like the buildings around you have been flattened.
Damn.
I knew it.
So, what are you doing, Lex?
Okay, so we're still in the air. I'm still strapped in.
You're about 30
Uh-oh.
feet off the ground. And there's nothing to jump down to anymore because all the buildings are...
Yeah. That's probably a bad idea. I mean, technically, it could still technically jump to the ground. Would unstrapping be a free action, or would it
Yeah,
take
it'd be a
me an
free
action?
action. That'd be a free
Okay.
action.
Because I could technically unstrap, bonus action, rage, and jump down and only take half damage.
Yes, you could. And because you took damage, it would maintain that.
Yes. Brain is working. That's why I didn't go into rage earlier, because I wouldn't necessarily take any damage or attack somebody. With no real cover. That's the yeah, they're gonna know where I am. I'm gonna Flex is probably gonna doesn't make sense to jump down, as much fun as it would be, because there's a shit ton of people, there's a shit ton of guys right there, and they're gonna storm me. No, I'm gonna hold my action until I'm gonna hold my action until we decide what.
You do have to declare
Where
what the
we're
action is
going.
going to be. So
Yeah.
Wait, you said you're holding your action to attack, right?
I mean, that's the only thing I'd be able to do. Really, it's the
so-
only action to hold right now for me.
We're like this. Demon is right here.
30
I
feet
flip us
away.
upside down, fly over, fly by axing.
Fly by axing.
I'm here for this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull the axe off of my back, and you just hear through the mental link, "Fly by axing." That's you
Drake
guys hear
only
fly
says
by
one word and
axing.
respond. Only one word. Bet.
You hear
All
that?
right.
Relationship.
Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, so that is a held action until Drake's turn.
Yep.
All right. On. Hey, buddy. How are you still alive?
Skin of that teeth.
Spite.
I forgot. One of the other Bone Devils lands on the barge. And he is going to swipe at you, Calivatras, with the pole arms.
Let's do this.
And he hits you. And you take 18 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And I need you, or do you get a save from this? Oh, and when he hits you with it, he doesn't like pull back. He literally hits you with it, hooks it, and then he like turns it, and you're like locked in place. You can't move. You're stuck on the end of his pole arm, and it's still in you. You notice that there is a hook on the back of it, and it is like hooked into your hip.
Ow!
And then as he's holding you there and you're considered grappled, his tail comes whipping over and goes to stab you. Which
God
gives
damn
him advantage on that.
This is because I made a hooker joke. I had to get a hook. It's because I made a hooker joke.
Hey, sex work is real work and we will not tolerate
It is.
It is.
Respect the hell out of you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no. I don't like hearing that.
Sex work is real work. Okay. So, he hits you. You take, 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to make me a con save.
Okay.
Remember, you've got your bardic inspiration.
And
Mhm.
I
You
have
use
a
that on your
bless.
save.
And bless.
And bless.
That's a 14.
Plus
Your bless.
bless.
That's an 18.
Makes it an 18.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're still going to take the initial poison damage because it does damage whether you save or not.
Yeah.
And you take 14 more points of poison damage.
Oh my god!
With the motive potential, whatever you rolled on that that D8, you get temporary hit points in that amount.
She didn't roll the D8. She just rolled the bless.
Oh,
I just rolled bless.
okay then.
It's
But if you had failed the con save, you would also have been poisoned.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, poison bad. All right.
I don't have immunity to poison.
You do not have immunity to poison.
I think I get it later, but I don't have it yet.
Utopia.
Oh shoot! I have to make a con save to hold concentration.
Oh yes, you do.
Ooh.
Shit. Well, you have to make 2.
I have to make
it's
two.
one source of damage.
One source of
It's one
damage.
source of damage.
Total
So it's just
damage
one.
was 29,
Yeah.
so I have to beat a 15.
No, that was combined. That was combined, wasn't it?
Yeah, combined. So I have to beat half the total.
No. It's half of each hit. Neither one of those attacks, I don't think, in a single hit, did more than 22.
There was 13 and 14, but they
That
both
was on
count
just
as
the tail?
they both count as a single hit
As a single attack.
because she gets
It's
two
two damage
types of
types for a single
two types
attack.
of damage from one hit:
Hmm.
piercing and poison.
Okay, so that would be combined. So that would make it.
Yeah.
So that makes it what, a 24? So that just makes it.
No,
No,
it would have been
23.
it was
27.
16. I was at 31 hit points and I went down to 2, so that would have been 29 points of damage that I took. I hate that I'm doing this math. So 15 is what I have to beat.
Subtract the hit from the freaking polearm though.
Oh, you're right. So 24. So I have to beat 12.
Yes.
Okay.
With bless.
Con save. Okay, we're good. We still have our cloud up. I got an 18 without bless, so
Got it.
concentration good.
Concentration good. All right, so The concentration is maintained. He poisoned you. So that's his turn. Utopia, you're up.
I'm gonna pick up Aeom and give him 50 hit points.
I don't even think he has 50.
I don't care.
He should have 50.
So
At
he's a
least.
monkey monk.
Yeah. Are their hit dice that low?
6. Or is it a
No,
D8?
D8. D8. My hit points is 63.
Aeom on. Oh, it doesn't show me his hit points when he's dead.
Yeah, it just has saves.
How many hit points do you have total, Aeom?
I would be at a -4 technically.
No, but how many hit points do you have total?
67.
Okay, so you give him 50.
Yeah.
So you pump all your healing into Aeom,
Yeah.
and you see him glow.
Also, like while like hugging him and crying.
Yeah, you see him
Aw.
glow. The light radiates off of him, and when you look down at him, he's still got blood kicked in his face, but all the swelling from his face is gone, and all the bruising is gone. He still doesn't look perfect, but he definitely looks alive.
How's my drunken level after falling unconscious? Just so I know for roleplay purposes.
I
It's a
don't
good
think
question.
dying removes an effect.
No.
Let's say it does,
Okay.
because I was just thinking about it and I was like, I guess it does. And I just like the fact that Utopia's healing would remove it.
Yeah.
Because she could actually spend 5 points to remove condition.
Hey.
I am so sick of you almost dying. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
Oh no, I just realized?
What?
You went unconscious. You were bleeding out.
Yeah.
That breaks the link.
Oh, he's out of the link now?
Oh, you're out of the link,
They're
so
out
we
of
have
the link
no
now.
idea. We have no idea. They just disappeared, and now he's silent.
Well, Utopia is talking, but you can't hear Aeom anymore.
He's not in the link,
No.
though.
But
I'm not in the
Utopia
link.
isn't
Utopia's
in
not
the
in the
link
link.
anymore.
They
Utopia's not in the
removed me
link
from the
either, I
link.
forgot.
Because remember,
Yeah, we
So-
have no idea.
So you guys just saw Aeom disappear on the back of the Bone Devil. You saw the Pegasus sweep by. You have no idea what happened, but Aeom suddenly just drops out of the link.
That's the only reason Lex and Drake even know anything happened.
Yep.
Because they didn't know.
Yeah, you're actually past them. You're at the at the edge of town. All right, so that was your action. Are you gonna do anything else, Utopia?
Wait, I have a scene. Sorry.
Okay, go right ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh my god.
Aeom places their hand on Utopia's cheek. Sorry. Sometimes I just don't care.
I'll care for both of us, but you have to stay close.
That's not your job.
Now it is. You almost died. Right
Again.
there.
And sometimes you have to watch people drown.
Not if I can do this. So stay close.
I won't always be close.
Do I have to get Sappho to kidnap you too?
It's not intentional. But I'm not always the best at making decisions.
I mean, neither am I. I'm pretty dumb, but come on, just not for me. I can't. I can't let you go because of me.
It wasn't for you, though. I won't deny that you play a role.
This is why you have to stay close, okay?
We'll see. Utopia?
Yes.
And Aeom just stares up into your eyes. Nothing.
All right. That was the longest 6 seconds ever. Val, you're up.
Val, like all of this happens at once. and all Val can focus on is the bone devil that just tried to hurt the woman he loves. He turns to her and he says, and as he says this, like all three of his voices, very soon you will stand weeping at the grave of your creator, whom I put there, and I will be the only creature you will be able to answer to. And you will beg me for death, but because of what you just tried to do, I will deprive you of that luxury. Dissonant Whispers at 5th level.
Oh my god.
Oh, gosh. Woo! Please tell me we could hear that through the link.
I'm gonna say yes, because it is a
I
psychic
feel like
thing.
you heard it in like the three voices, like, you know, like really eerie and
I'm still on the
echoey.
ship. I'm like bleeding out. Like,
Callie's fucking dying. And she's like, was that directed towards me? I can't take any more of this shit.
Callie's like,
I need a wisdom save from that bone devil.
all right, Bone Devil making a wisdom save.
All right, and he still takes half damage.
Got it.
All 76 will roll. So 29 psychic damage total, so whatever half of that is.
14.
Bone Devil lets out a screech as you literally see cracks running across the surface of the skull, and it turns and looks at you. Drake, oh, you doing anything
We
else?
are
Val?
going. I will say we are going to murder you, but first. And I turn to Rami, and I begin singing. I wish that I could fly to the sky so very high, just like a dragonfly. I'm gonna give her bardic inspiration.
Got it.
yeah.
All right. After her turn is, or after your turn is Drake.
Drake, unfortunately, right now is hyper focused and getting just absolutely killing this thing.
It's still up.
So not only will he attempt to fly by, but and Drake would know this in this instance, considering he's been connecting with the ship. If it's even possible to take a hand off.
Absolutely not. You must maintain contact with both hands. It acts as a.
Yep. So he cannot attack. But hopefully with the additional speed we're going, as Lex hold the axe at the ready, with the additional speed, it'll do a little bit more.
I'll give it that. Especially tell me how you're gonna do it.
Basically, basically fly towards him, turn around so that we're basically upside down, so that also the axe's weight in the swing will also be assisted by gravity.
Fulcrum,
And literally-
baby.
Fulcrum.
Fly low, upside down, so when that thing comes, if it is facing us, it's literally just crook axe head.
So what I want to know for this situation, are you just doing your full movement? Or are you doing your bonus action to dash as well? And if
Well-
that's true, actually no, even at your full movement, I need to know if you care that you're flying into the tree.
By flying to the tree, as in flying to the tree into the tree line, or
Yes, but the trees are maybe 30 or 40 feet apart at most. And they're staggered all over the place. So it's the forest moon of Endor.
and we're in a speeder.
You're in a speeder bike.
We're in a
We're in a
speeder.
speeder bike.
Does Lex trust his reflexes?
Because
Lex is gonna have to.
Yeah, Lex is gonna have to.
Lex
She
has
is.
no choice. This was Lex's idea, was drive-by axing.
Lex literally has this insane grin on her face.
Then you know what? If she's putting her faith in me, then I'm gonna put my faith in me too.
So this is what I need you to do. Her action is held for your turn. I do need to know how fast do you want to go? How much force do you want to add to her hit? Are you going to try and max out? Are you pumping it all the way up to 300 or to 240, or are you just going to take the 120? 120 is going to mean you're going to have to make me an acrobatics check to be able to pilot the ship through the trees after you fly by them to stop it from crashing. But if she does hit at 120, then she is going to have a ×3 multiplier on her damage. So whatever she rolls is going to be ×3. She is also going to have to make me a strength save to hold on to her axe. Otherwise, the axe gets ripped out of her hands.
That's fair.
If you do 240, the damage multiplier goes from a ×3 to a ×9. But she has to make me a strength save at disadvantage, and she can only use half her strength modifier.
Can she rage?
She's already raging as far as I know.
Yes.
Which gives her advantage on strength saves.
It
We're gonna
does.
go for that. We're gonna go for the 240 because that's gonna balance it out to a straight save.
Oh, sorry. The last thing is you have to make that acrobatics check at disadvantage at 240.
All right, that means still +9 plus the D4. You know what? Risk it for the biscuit. 240. Let's go.
All right.
Oof.
We're
That
idiots
also
when we
means
have
to come
this.
back, you're going to have to go 240 feet to get back here, which means you got to do the same save to go back through the trees.
That's fair. Or we can take our time for a little bit
Yes,
and come up, try to try to freaking catch them off guard.
can do that as well.
Because us flying that fast into the forest, there's no way we could make it out of
Yeah,
there.
you're basically going to plaid.
You're idiots, and
I got that
love
reference.
this.
I was like, wait a second. I know that.
Damn.
All right.
Okay. So, first side athletic or the acrobatics?
Yes.
So first, I'll do the rolls first, and then the D4, and then the D4 second, just to keep everything somewhat uniform.
You got it.
Actually, since we already know which one of the D20s is going to be, so it's going to be the 16 plus this. So that'd be a 19.
All right.
How dare you think you can quote one of my favorite movies of all time and get away with it? Come on, Ray.
You are going to be able to do the flyover.
Okay.
And you're going to be able to start moving through the woods. But you are going to crash.
Worth it. Get
All
that
right.
attack off.
All right. So go ahead and make me your attack roll. It is a straight
Advantage?
attack roll. You don't have
dang
advantage
it.
because of the speed. Because
Yep.
Because she is trying to time this swing with that freaking insane speed. So it's a straight attack roll.
Come on, Liz.
Okay.
Come on. Dirty 20? Plus the D4? 23?
Oh, that definitely hits.
Yes.
Now make me your damage
Yeah,
roll,
baby.
Okay.
and then whatever you roll is going to be multiplied times 9.
Don't forget the rage damage,
Oh, thank you.
which is at this level, what, plus?
Wait. Plus, I think I forgot about this last time.
Oh, that's right. You're Zealot Barbarian,
Yep, Divine Fury.
which is radiant
that is-
damage.
no, I get the choice of radiant or necrotic, and because of who she follows, it in fact is necrotic.
Oh.
Ooh, gross.
And then where's the stupid thing? Oh, actually, I think. Oh no, because this is D&D Beyond, so it auto adds the rage damage in.
No, because it does
Nope.
not auto add.
It's only got a 3 on the ad from the Great Axe. Your regular strength damage, I do.
Okay, yeah, so that's an additional 6 on that, or additional 3.
So that
Or
is a
insert.
grand total of 8.
8.
So 5 plus 3 plus the 10 from Divine Fury.
So that's 18 total damage.
Times 9.
Ooh.
162.
Damn.
Now make me the strength check.
Okay, so I'll do that with a straight 20 and then just add the 3. Because that'd
No, I
be
didn't
half
say
my
you do.
strength.
I didn't say you.
No, because wasn't it half my strength modifier?
Half
My
your
strength
strength
save?
modifier. Yeah.
Yeah, it's half my strength save. My strength save is plus 6.
Mm-hmm. So you're
So
adding a plus 3.
Half, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll roll the 20s first.
It's normal.
That is the same. It was 4 either way. It's fine. It's fine. It's just her axe.
You bring the
Val
axe.
can easily sing you one into
you
existence. It's
flip
fine.
over. You bring the axe down and around, and you don't even feel the impact. You don't even feel the impact as you go over his head, go through his head cleanly, and you swing the axe so far down, you literally split him from like the center of his breastbone all the way up and through his head. And the force of the haft of the axe pushes the two parts aside, and he basically butterflies apart, his two horns bending it
Bisected.
down.
We split him like a log.
But as you're going by, as you're going by and continue with the actual movement through, you're trying to bring the axe forward and down, hit another one of the bone devils, and it embeds in the bone devil and gets ripped out of your hands.
Fuck.
And you guys go targeting through the trees. Your ship careens off of one of the trees.
Uh-oh.
It's slammed. It's basically ping-ponging off of trees. This has no save to it.
Yeah, I figured.
When the ship finally comes to a rest and slides to a stop, it's not even recognizable as it is absolutely mangled and twisted. If you're still conscious, we'll have to try and make strength checks to pull yourself out of this. But you each take 46 points of damage.
Drake is out
Halved.
cold.
Halved!
Have. That is 23. I am still awake.
Nice.
Drake unfortunately had 15
Well,
HP left to his name.
And the shitty part about that for Jake is that he was in the front seat, so he was taking the majority of the shitty damage. But Lex, you're still trapped in the wreckage, and you know that you can see Drake is like some of the metal is in him, through him, and he is just hanging there.
Although
And-
Link is completely dead now.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
guys, this is top of them.
Oh,
Because Sam loves cliffhangers. it did not double his max XP XE. It did.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
It
he's
would
fine.
be closer to like 60 or 70 points of damage to double Drake max. If not 80.
Actually, 663 is his max. In order to double that, you'd need
106.
26.
126. Yeah, so yeah, it's very hard to one-shot characters at this level. Not impossible, but very hard. By the way, That was 20d6 of bludgeoning damage. Because that's the maximum amount of bludgeoning damage I can do for a fall. And you guys were basically going 200 feet per second. So
240. Yeah, we were. It was worth it though. We killed the leader.
That bitch.
But all of a sudden, the bad thing is because Drake went unconscious, Link for everyone just goes dead.
Yep.
So
first
literally,
Aeon
you
drops
see
out
them
of the
fly. You see that axe go through. You see them get split like a log on the axe. So the ship careen off. You hear what sounds like a scraping of wood on metal banging, and then the Link just goes
Just banging
dead.
and crashing. Yeah, and then the Link goes dead.
Oh no.
Wait, we've got a
shit.
mental chip. I'm going to try to use part of it as an improvised weapon next week.
Oh, that was brilliant. Thank you all very much. That was fun
well
as
done.
shit.
Fucking Christ.
Everyone
Yeah.
dying left and right. A devil army on the moose. A possible rogue pirate ship floating in the sky. And Drake impaled and caught in a giant metallic wreckage, which is like over 200 feet away in the forest.
Wow.
Freaking memes.
It is going to be a wonderful, wonderful week until the next game. I love you guys so much.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Love you too, as much as I hate you right now.
Yeah.
Sound off. How's everyone doing?
Yes. Check in.
Sound off who's alive. Not
I
Drake.
mean, I'm alive for now.
What's that new fucking thing on TikTok? I'm alive.
Nah,
I'm dead.
I'm dead. I'm alive again. I'm looking at you. Fuck you.
I'm watching TV. I'm dead again. I'm up.
Is it weird that the Bard Sorcerer is so far the only one who hasn't taken any damage?
That's because
I'm still
they try and hurt you emotionally.
Yeah, they're trying to hurt me emotionally, but I've
By slowly picking the rest of us off.
yeah.
Oh, so
Oh shit.
wee. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone who rated us. That was amazing. Thank you to everyone who has followed us. Remember, if you follow us, you get and you're watching the show when we do our 20-minute interval. Get raffle tickets to win the mini of the month, which we give away at the end of the month. Which this month, we're going to actually give away technically on the 1st of next month. But we give that away on our Crossing the Veil show on the 1st. And it is going to be this mini, the Blood Right Red from the Blood Right Red Rain collection from Archvillain Games. This is called the Dreadwing. It is an undead knight on an undead dragon. It's on about a 3-inch base. It's got a wingspan that's a massive. It's a gorgeous miniature. I'm actually been 3D printing it. I printed out some of the base and the wings already. So I'll put it on TikTok in a little bit and show it up. Not tonight, but I'll put it on TikTok and show it off. Some pieces I've already printed. So we're gonna go giving this away at the end of the month to one lucky winner. And all you have to do is be watching the show when the 20-minute interval comes up. And if you're a follower, you get 1 ticket. If you're a subscriber, you get 2 tickets. Also, don't forget, if you follow us here, you will be entered to win this set of D&D core books, the Player's Guide, Player's Handbook, the Monsters Manual, the DMG, plus the GM screen in that amazing slipcase. We're going to be giving that away when we hit 1,000 followers here on Twitch. Currently, we sit at 826. We are on the way. We are doing our best to get there, and with your help, we can. So let other people know about us. Tell other people about the show, the stream, and the giveaways. Let them know that all they have to do is follow to be entered in this one, so they can be automatically entered just for coming in and hitting one button. Share our link out for that. And also remember, if you go to our link tree, which is currently going to be in chat, we are giving away over on our TikTok this 3D printed tower, which is about 11 inches tall, about 9 inches wide. It's 4 stories in total. It has each floor is removable, so you can move your minis around on each level. It has a trapdoor in the roof. The front door opens and closes. It has staircases for each one of the intervals going up. And this is going to be given away. We hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, and we are at 958. So we are insanely close to that goal as well. So anything you can help us get to that goal will help you get the chance to win this sooner. Now, all these people who are on this stream are all independent content creators. They're all amazing people. matter how much they all deserve to be in horny jail forever. For fucking ever. I swear to God, I just want to take the fucking chat from the goddamn video call and post it so you all go to horny jail.
I should copy this one too, just in case.
I'm going to live there.
I'm going to start setting this
just-
thing to give me transcripts of every single show.
Should.
Wow, you're just gonna fire me like that?
No. The chat transcript, not this.
Okay. I was
Speaking of,
about
speaking
to
of firing
say,
Milagros, where can people find you? Oh, when you're not crying.
Right now, I'm always crying here. Right now, you can find me here at Dinner and
Oddly
a
true.
Game on Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Saturday mornings. I am literally moving next fucking week, so I will be nowhere else. Possibly not even here next week because I'm planning on moving July 1st. But once I am settled, and have everything set where I'm going, then I will be coming back on Twitch. I think will be my first thing to do the Kingdoms of Mist like kind of compilation. I have to compile all 46 sessions of information and start doing the pros version, so that it's easier to catch up on this year plus long campaign.
Yeah. It's been a long haul, but it's been worth it just to get to this point. These guys are just crazy, and it's been amazing and wonderful. Thank you, Milagros, for all the hard work. If anyone ever wants to, go to your in-game note taker and go, why can't you do? Go take a look at Milagros' game notes. They're pinned in the Discord, and look at what this woman does while they're fucking role playing.
She is awesome.
Anytime one of your note takers goes, you guys should buy me snacks or something because of all the work I do, just go, bitch, please. Hold your laptop after that.
I am the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That not
the
be
bar
also,
has been
like,
standard.
big
raised.
dinner, like an actual, like we got to take her out.
I'm not giving her anything. She's gonna kill me anyway.
I got my eyes on another one now. I got my eyes on another one. Somebody
know
else
what you're
just broke
talking
my
about.
fucking heart today.
I didn't do it.
It wasn't you.
It's me.
She knows
Oh.
who she is.
I don't know what you're
Dun,
talking
dun.
about. My kneecaps are perfectly in place.
Your
Next
kneecaps
game.
are done.
Rob, I have a scene for Aeon next game.
Ooh.
You gave it to me, and I'm
Yay!
just like,
Oh my
yay.
fucking God.
But
Nice.
Binks, where can people
Yes.
find you on the mighty interwebs?
Well, I can be found on TikTok. I'm Circle DM there. Otherwise, you can find me right here on Tuesdays with Dinner and a Game, of course, playing Emerald Sanctums. Right here on Wednesdays, of course, playing Kingdoms of Mist. Where else? Every other Friday on the Alex Baum channel, playing Initiatives and Intrigues. And on the alternating Fridays, running my own campaign, Agents of the Circle. We're on hiatus at the moment, on blackout until July 8th because of Blonde's wedding, Blonde and Andrew. Which congratulations, they got married
Yes, it
on
was
yesterday,
amazing.
and it was,
It was
beautiful.
so
ceremony.
gorgeous.
Such a beautiful ceremony. On Saturdays, alternating Saturdays, you can find me also with ADH Adventures, playing Heroes Arc, and also on the alternating Saturdays playing Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, which I'll be playing at Gen Con on that Saturday evening. So if you are going out to Gen Con, come and holler at us, come and watch. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's amazing. Cassie, where can people find you on the World Wide Webbers?
Oh, I'm on Instagrams and Twitter very, very infrequently. I'm hoping to get back to TikTok soon. I have a mini staycation next week that I'm so jacked for.
No.
I'm also going to Gen Con, where I will be playing with ADH Adventures, where you can find me playing on Tuesday with our wonderful Sam. You can see my sad little cleric baby. But yeah, that's Turning Point. Turning Point is going to be playing live on, oh gosh, opening day. What is that, Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday at like 11 a.m. So that's going to be awesome. You can come find me there.
Are they still doing tickets? Is that a live event?
Yeah, I
Or
think
is it-
all
is there gonna
four of ADH Adventure streams are going to be ticketed if the website's right.
Okay, I need to make sure I get tickets for the. All right, and so thank you very much, Cassie. Rob, where
Yep.
can folks find you?
Here, sometimes on the lab when that airs, and TikTok.
Ticker Talks.
I'm here only on Wednesdays. For now, at some point I may join another show, but for now, just Wednesdays.
And we, you know the other dinner and a game rule. We do what we can, where we can, how we can.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
I know. I don't value my mental health.
I run literally 5 shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
This.
Hello.
Where can the people find this?
You can find me at variations of Atmosless on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can find me back here on Saturday morning for our Monster Hearts game. And it's going to be interesting because I've it out of character figured out some things,
Oh dear.
and I cannot discuss it because I have to keep secrets.
Yes, you have to keep secrets.
Oh
I was
dear.
not expecting to get confirmation I was correct, and then I did, and I was like, oh,
Oh.
Oh
here's
God,
my
I'm so
other
excited.
theories.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Well, hopefully they're long-term predictions. Have some time before everything explodes in our faces. Okay, never mind. Don't. Sam, where can folks find you on the World Wide Webs? You're muted, by the way. Worth it.
Not again. Not again.
Again.
So
Again.
Tuesdays, you guys can find me over on ADH Adventures for Turning Point. As Cassie so brilliantly said, we are on hiatus while our DM and our lovely tech expert are on their honeymoon. Wish those two are the best wishes. I wish we could have been there in person, but life's a pain. As much as I would love to also be at Gen Con with the rest of my cast, considering the entire cast except me is going to be there due to the FDA dragging their feet about something, I am going to be unable to go with the wife. Very upset about. Liz knows about my frustrations firsthand, some of the things I have said in various VCs.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can find me here, of course, playing Drake, continuing up with his lunacy. Every other Thursday, so not this Thursday, but next Thursday, you can find me over with a friend of ours channel, turn to page 394, as we play through a Star Wars 5e game that has just started within the Jedi Purge. It looks like the group is finally going to be reunited. So that's going to be for a fun time, and also probably some people getting slapped. And that's about it as far as I can remember. I don't think I'm in any other stream project at the moment.
Excellent. All right, and of course, Dinner and a Game, you can find all of our socials in our link tree, which is in chat. Everyone's information is currently in chat for all these amazing people. They're all, of course, content creators, and we want to make sure that everyone goes and follows their content, because everything everyone does here, you can tell by how much they put into these characters. Everything that everyone does here is a labor of love. We do it because we like the hobbies we pursue. We do it because we like to entertain you. We like to entertain ourselves too. So, and that's probably the biggest thing. To put me in horny jail, we get off on this. So it is for us as much as it is for you, and we will keep doing it even if no one showed up, because this is a blast. But if you want to support Dinner Game in any way, do not forget that we also have merch that we have been branching out with. I've been designing some. I can't spell merch. There it is. There's merch in our Streamlabs store. We have now the Intelligence is a Dump Stat T-shirt, and we have the Only the Tears of My Players Can Quench My Thirst DMs shirt. It has a picture of a tiefling crying with a natural one, with a 1 on a nat 20, and a little banner underneath it that says "Cry for Me." So I love that one very much. I am ordering a bunch of them. But we're going to go ahead and do this now. We're going to go ahead and see who else is out there, because we want to give everyone the love that we share with you guys, and we want to make sure that everyone gets to have a chance to feel that type of love out there. Adventures and Initiative is out there.
The World's Guild is on.
Yeah.
Let's see, Nat 20 Productions.
World's Guild, you said?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
World's Guild.
All right, I've never raided them before, so we'll go give them some love. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a raid. If those of you who have not been here for a raid, when we get into their chat, if you can and you have not followed these people like I haven't, give them a follow. It is the best thing you can do for any small creator like us. It gives them serotonin for days, and it just reinforces the fact that people are out there and they're willing to come in and watch their content and be part of their show. We are going to go ahead and throw this over to them. At Dinner Game, we always save you a seat at the table. Please, if you have to go out, wear a mask, social distance. I live in Fort Worth. We're on a surge now, and literally I can't leave my house. So please do what you can to be safe. We don't want you to get sick. We want you to be coming back for every single show, time and time again. Part of this community, because that's why we do it. I want to share this community with you. In the meantime, I'm going to hit the start raid button before I say we're going to go raid. That way I don't mess this up again. Everyone, please have a good night. Be safe. Show the World's Guild some love, and we will see you guys on Saturday for the Breakfast Club. We'll see you on Friday night for Ivy's show, Pure Havoc, and then next week again for Emerald Sanctums and Kingdom. We love you all. Have a good night.
Mwah.
What are you?
Jesus, the chat was feral.
Off
Oh,
the
it was
hook.
great. This was totally great across the board. Oh, Radio Free Wills Guildmasters? Did they just go off the air or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're still on.
Are we?
Sorry.
Are we
We are still on.